Deadlands takes place in the Weird West, a treacherous frontier where legends are born and nightmares are real. Here, 5 wildcards come together to seek fortune, justice, and revenge, and the woman behind a mysterious help-wanted ad.
Hello everyone, and welcome to Oxventure presents Deadlands. I'm Andy, and I will be the marshal for this game of Deadlands. I will be running it instead of Luke or Johnny or Mike or Jane or Ellen or any of the other people. Probably better suited, it'll be me. So welcome, come along for the ride.
You're selling it, Andy.
It'll be a high adventure in cowboy time. So Deadlands, if you're unaware, is a tabletop RPG set in the Weird West. So imagine cowboys and magic had a baby, and that baby wore a cowboy hat and had sort of like weird powers. That's basically what we're going for here. So we'll explain the rules as we go along. I'm going to now throw to the players. They can introduce themselves and tell you the name of the character they'll be playing.
Hi, my name is Johnny, and today I will be playing Nathaniel Jensen, or Nate, probably, as people would call him. More about him in a sec. I can't wait to find out what voice comes out of my mouth.
Hi, I'm Ellen Rose, and I will be playing Edie Valentine.
I'm Mike Channel, and I'll be playing Silas Flint.
I'm Luke Westaway, and I'll be playing DeLacy.
There you will. I'm Jane Douglas, and I'll be playing Garnet Monroe.
This episode is brought to you by Misty Mountain Gaming, who have given us some of their new cage dice to play with today. You can get a pair for yourself and see some of the other gorgeous Misty Mountain Gaming products by going to mistymountaingaming.com. And stay tuned to find out how you can win your own set of Misty Mountain Dice. Our thanks to Misty Mountain Gaming for their support. Okay, so we open on a train. It's winding and puffing its way through a large, flat, empty expanse of scrubland. In the distance, you can see mountains and red rock spires creeping up towards the boiling sun, which is just starting to dip towards the horizon. Inside the train, there are rows of benches and large windows with pull-down blinds. Above, wooden ceiling fans rotate lazily, moving the hot, still air around rather than actually cooling anything. It's very hot, it's very sweaty, it's very still. The last of the other passengers got off the train at the previous stop, and now there are just 5 people left in the carriage. It's just you, the conductor, the driver, and the train is pulling in towards its final destination where the train track stops. So who do we have in the train carriage?
We have Silas Flint. He's a disillusioned lawman turned bounty hunter. He got fed up with the corruption within the law enforcement community, I guess, and decided to strike out on his own with his own brand of justice. The thing he believes is the true justice that is being denied the people. So that's what he's up to at the moment. And he's just he's on the train because he's afraid of horses. He does. Afraid may be a strong word.
Afraid to ride
Mistrustful.
them? See them?
He'll ride them, but he won't like it.
Panics if he sees a horse. Got it. Write it down, Andy.
They've got a sort of equine intelligence that he doesn't rightly trust, so he's taking the train.
They stand on their hind legs when you're not looking.
What a smug Palomino mayor.
Who else do we have?
Edie, who is just chilling with her fan, just trying to get any kind of like actual breeze going. She's been she travels for her work, and so she's on her way to her next venture, which is she is a monster hunter at trade, but a saloon gal to make up the pennies here and there.
Yeah. How about you, old timer?
Well, yeah, suffering from an incredible case of swamp beard is Nate, who is just basically just like, if you imagine a guy in like a filthy union suit, like the all-in-one underwear with like the flap for the bum. Mm-hmm. He's kind of wearing that, but then like trousers and suspenders.
Is the flap open for ventilation?
At this point in
Among
time,
other
probably,
things.
yes. But he has just like an enormous beard, like all white, like long hair. It's thick, but it just looks like brittle and white and scrubby. And like his whole deal is just like, he's old. He has a shovel, which acts as like the pole for his bindle, because he's an itinerant worker. He's mostly been digging graves for like some years. But now he's getting on in years. It's quite tedious digging graves. Don't know if you've ever given it a go. He's kind of looking for new work. But that's his whole deal. He's old.
How about you, young fella over there?
Also on the train is DeLacy, a skinny, wiry, sort of 13-year-old boy. He's got dusty blonde hair to match his worn farmer's overalls. He's got the biggest straw hat you ever did see.
You don't say.
Yum. It's practically a sombrero.
The only outstanding things to look at him are the mean look in his eye, and at his belt, in a sort of attached to a rope belt in a holster, is a gleaming, way too big for him, Remington new model army revolver. To the practiced eye, it's been modified. It's a custom job, clearly very meticulously maintained and gleaming silver. And I imagine he's keeping a wily eye out for the ticket inspector.
In case he takes his gun.
In case you're supposed to have a ticket to ride this train.
Oh, I see. Okay.
All right, by the window is sat Garnet Monroe. She looks rather hot in a brocade waistcoat, colonel tie, shirt sleeves and sleeve garters.
Yeah.
But as tidy as the heat will allow. She's riffling a deck of cards. She is travelling light, looking to find work in a local gambling hall as a croupier, which you might be able to guess from the clothes and the cards and the copy of Hoyle's Book of Games, which she is occasionally reading from at her seat. And I think that's what I'm going to say right now.
Okay. Well, 5 quite different people here on the train, but anyone with a practiced eye who were to look over you would notice that you were all clutching a copy of the same newspaper advertisement. And if you were to read that newspaper advertisement, you would see that it said, "Wanted, strong persons of conviction and purpose for exceptionally well-paid bounty work of a delicate nature, not for the faint of heart. Apply to Victoria McLowry, Bulltail Ranch, Creitz Rath." You all look around each other. Maybe some of you spot this, maybe you don't. But the conductor then shouts, "Next stop, Creitz Rath!" The train rolls onwards towards its destination.
I'm going to sort of eyeball everyone, but then stand up and get ready to disembark the train. No interest in working anything other than alone at the moment.
Right. Anyone else? Everyone just settling in for the last few minutes of the ride?
Yeah, I think, looking around at other travellers, but yeah, just trying to keep myself to myself at the moment. Keep my counsel.
All right.
I'm going to stick in a plug of chewing tobacco. When I said my beard is white, I mean white and then yellow. Nicotine stains.
Hey, mister!
It's a real thatch.
Hey, mister! You spot me some of that?
Well, how old are you, boy?
Old enough?
I'm gonna halve the plug in my mouth.
Never mind.
Shoot yourself.
Crazy old coot.
I don't hear that because my ears aren't that good.
Well, that's convenient. You hear the screeching of metal and the whine of the train's whistle, and you can feel the train starting to slow. You pull into the station in the town of Creitz Rath. If you could call it a station, there's a sort of raised wooden platform. Looks like it might be made out of old crates. The track comes to an end at a small barrier. There is no more track beyond this point. And yeah, the train pulls to a stop. End of the line, you hear from the conductor. And yeah, the train has stopped.
Cool. I'm going to descend the steps, have a look around, squinting in that kind of cowboy way.
Yep, there's a sort of dusty main street. There's a series of large tents. You get the impression these are sort of temporary buildings for businesses. There are some permanent buildings. There's a large train depot, which is obviously where the trains, they change their crews. I think they have some administrative buildings there. There's a saloon, looks a little rinky-dink. It's not sort of a large, fancy one. It's a place for people to get drunk in as efficient a manner as possible. And set a little way back from the town along a dusty track, you can see what looks like a ranch house. There is a gate as you go through, and it does say Bulltail Ranch over the over the gate there. It matches the directions you were given in the newspaper advertisement. It's hot, the air is still and oppressive. You can smell livestock and dust.
I'd like to help
and
Miss
sweat.
Edie with her travelling cases as we descend from the train. I notice you've got one of these, the newspaper ad.
Looks intriguing, doesn't it?
Yeah, I mean, yes. That's why I'm here too. I have one also.
Yeah. I'm kind of interested to see what work is in store
Okay.
with this.
I'm going to stride over to the saloon. I'm feeling a little dehydrated, so
Yeah, I'm going to head to the saloon also.
Yeah.
I stride up to the bar and ask for a glass of your finest sipping whiskey.
Finest. We got one kind of whiskey, friend.
I'll take it.
50 cents.
Fine.
Slam down a shot.
I drink it in the misapprehension that this is going to rehydrate me in any way.
What can I get you, little fella? Like a glass of milk or some apple juice?
I signal for a double.
No. Double apple juice.
I stare incredulously at this 13-year-old. You sure you should be drinking that?
How's for whiskey?
How old are you, son?
Old enough?
Old enough.
You old enough to make good choices?
I like this boy's spirit.
What do you mean by that, son? You threatening me?
Threatening you, no. Just trying to buy some whiskey, please.
Let's have an intimidation.
What would that? What would that be? So I'll take my D6, which is my wild dice that I roll all the time.
Yeah. Do you have an intimidation skill?
No.
Okay. In that case, you'll be rolling. You're untrained in intimidation, which means you'll be rolling a D4 at a -2 advantage.
Okay.
So you could still succeed with your wild dice. So
I lean back
roll.
and watch this happen.
First roll. Gonna absolutely
Make it a
nail
good
it.
one.
That's a 6 on the wild and a 3 on my D4. So we take the 6, right, which is the higher result.
Subtract 2 from it.
Is a 4, and a 4 is what we're always looking to beat in Deadlands.
you got a crit.
Oh, I got a crit!
Your die exploded.
Your die
Hooray!
exploded, so
Andy,
you can roll
tell
that
us about exploding die real quick.
Okay, if you roll the highest number on a dice, that's a crit. In Deadlands, that means you can roll the dice again. That's called acing or exploding the dice. So you get to roll it again.
That's a 4.
Okay, so in total, that's an 8. So that is a success with a raise.
With a raise, yes.
Okay, the bartender goes, all right now, son, I don't want any trouble. He puts the bottle of whiskey and he says, just take the whole bottle, take the whole bottle.
What the hell?
I'm gonna walk into the saloon at this point because my gravedigger senses are going wild. Just kind of like walking, like, just kind of looking around. Just
Someone's
like
gonna need a grave.
It's like,
Yeah.
it's like, I don't know who's getting shot, but
It's going to be a long box involved somewhere.
I'm going to take my bottle back to a table, take a swig. That's what you folks drink.
It gets
Barkeep, you're trying to poison me.
This is whiskey, son. That's all we sell here.
You, is this whiskey?
Yeah.
For real?
Yep.
Dang.
I'll relieve him of the bottle. I'll be taking that. Thanks. And I drink it with no ill effect. Nary a shudder as it goes down.
You owe me $1.
We'll see about your pocket money later.
I kill Mike.
Okay, roll me a kill Mike.
No.
So are you staying in the saloon or are you gonna what are you gonna do now?
I'd like to enter the saloon and look around for a poker game, just to see if
Yeah.
there's any action happening.
And I'd like to go in and see if I can talk to the barkeep to see if I can get some like moonlight work while I'm here,
Okay.
doing some other things just to get my name on the books.
Okay, the barkeep is terrified beyond reason currently.
Yeah.
More people enter the bar and he's just like, oh God, what now?
Looks like you needed a drink.
Shake his hand. Thank you, sir.
Hey, are you okay, sir?
Eyes are locked onto Lacey. Yes, ma'am, what can I help you with?
I was wondering if I could put my name down on the books. I'm just in town for a few days, and I'd like to help you out, sell you some drinks.
We don't get much business here. There's not much call for additional staff.
Well, it's okay. I'm just here to make sure that people buy the whiskey. Isn't that what you want?
Well, I mean, look around. Does it look like people need to buy whiskey? The saloon is empty.
Well, maybe I could get them in to buy whiskey. Just look, you don't
More of a
have
marketing manager.
Exactly. You don't have to pay me. Just I'll work commission. Just keep me on your books, and then
It's clear he's
give me a
drifted off
cup
and he's
when-
looking into the whiskey again.
and I just like kind of follow his gaze. Why are you so afraid of that small child? He was on my train. You could blow him over with a small breeze.
You ain't seen his eyes lately.
Evening, ma'am.
Evening, young sir. What did he do?
It was more the way he said it, man. He didn't.
Oh, well, I'll see what I can do. And I'll go and sit with DeLacy. You okay, young one?
Just fine, thank you. I see you've got the same newspaper advertisement that I do.
Yeah, is that what brought you to these parts?
Yep. Looking for work,
Okay,
looking for money.
yeah, same.
Garnet, you notice there is a poker table in the corner of this saloon. There are 4 chairs around it. There's no one there because the saloon is very quiet.
Sleepy.
I mean, it is mid-afternoon, so maybe business picks up in the evening. Who knows?
So in this saloon, there's the barkeep, like basically sort of no one else. What time of day is it again? Was it like dusk?
It's sort of golden hour. We're looking at about sort of 5 p.m.
Cool. I'm thinking probably if it's near the end of the day, I imagine to show up at this point to this advertisement thing would be like a little rude. So I feel like find somewhere to sleep is maybe my priority. So
It's still daytime.
Oh, okay.
It's not like night. It's not midnight or anything. So
all right. Well, having wet my whistle, I guess. Yeah. If we're going the same way, do you want to walk over there together?
Yeah, I will happily accompany you.
Yeah, I see them starting to move, and I'm like, I should probably move as well. Like, I was gonna maybe ask around a bit, but I don't want to be last. Like, I don't want to be late to the party.
Yeah.
okay.
In terms of the job.
Kind of like wave across to Garnet because she helped me with my bags. We're gonna go off for that advertisement. Do you want to come
I'm with you,
us?
yeah. I'd like to reread the advertisement as I mosey towards the ranch.
T's and C's.
Sure.
Yeah.
Print.
It just says, wanted strong persons of conviction and purpose for exceptionally well-paid bounty work of a delicate nature,
Right.
not for the faint of heart.
Right.
Apply to Victoria McLowry, Bulltail Ranch, Creitz.
Nice to meet you, ma'am. DeLacy.
How do you do, young sir?
It's a pretty weak handshake, I imagine.
Yeah.
Noodly armed.
All clammy and noodly.
Ma'am, I don't know if you noticed, but that old timer over there, he's got the exact same newspaper ad as all of us. I suggest we get out of here before he joins our party.
I'm good. Like, it's obvious that they're all leaving as a group, right? I think to himself, Nate's just gonna go, oh, hell. He's gonna try and get ahead of them because he assumes that if they get there first, they'll take all of the jobs.
Yeah, there's probably only so much work to go round.
Yeah,
right?
so he's
Obviously,
now
yeah,
kind of
yeah.
like shuffling along, like with a shotgun in one hand and like a bindle in the other, just like kicking off a small cloud of dust.
Oh, I haven't noticed. Right, we got
Scarcely going faster than a walking pace at this point.
I stroll past with the whiskey.
Yeah, I'm gonna like Nate's probably like late 70s, early 80s. That's
Wow.
sort of the age range we're talking here.
Right, okay.
Why don't you make me an athletics roll?
Okay.
Let's see how well you're running
I'll be
towards the
needing
ranch.
my D4 for this.
The oldest man in the
With, of
West.
course, the wild die. That is, in fairness, I've aced both. No, that's 3. I've aced my D4 though. So that's 5. So that's a success.
Okay, so you are shuffling faster than you normally would because of the urgency of the situation.
Yes, of course, that's relative.
That is relative. I think the others will probably catch up to you. But at the moment, you're like, oh, I'm getting away. You're feeling good about it.
No more digging graves for Nate. I'm going to be the one putting people in graves for money.
I hear this as he shuffles past.
All right, so you're going to walk up towards Bulltail Ranch.
Yeah.
Is that-
Yeah,
We're all,
Yes,
heading,
please.
we're all heading that way, aren't we? Yeah.
That's a mighty powerful piece you're carrying there, son.
Thank you.
You expect to be using it?
Only if I have to.
You got designs on being a bounty hunter.
Yeah. It's a good way to make money.
Yeah, it is.
Ideally, I just wave it around and I hope to never have to use my weapon.
You got any experience in the field, young kid?
Is there anything far away?
Is there anything far away?
You mean like on the map?
Is everything in the world close to you right now?
I just want to like put my eyes around. Is there? Oh, I tell you what. Is there like a stables with a sort of hanging horseshoe outside of it?
The mail sacks from the train have been hung on hooks by the side of the railroad tracks. That's probably 100 feet away from where you are now.
Okay.
These mail sacks hanging from hooks.
All right. I'd like to look as if I'm considering that until we're maybe like 150 feet away. And then I'd like to pull aforementioned pistol and spin it, draw a bead, and just bullseye that mailbag from a great distance.
Roll.
Sounds like a shooting roll to me.
Yeah, okay,
Sounds
so...
perfect.
And is that called target?
Yeah, that's a cool shot. So you will be doing this at a penalty.
Well, will I though? Because...
All with you.
well, I can take with my marksman edge, I can ignore up to 2 penalty points for called shots.
Nice.
Well, that's how many penalty points you were going to get.
Cool. It does mean that I can't add 1, which is the other half of that edge, but I can add 1 +1 for trademark weapon to shooting rolls. So I guess I roll both, add 1.
All right.
This is a D10 for the shooting plus my wild dice.
What do we got?
That's a 5 and a 2. So that is a success, right? Although
That
not a
is.
particularly spectacular one.
Yeah. But it's a success. Well, describe what happens.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah, I just want to kind of put it out with a little gun trick. Draw a bead on it, shoot the mailbag.
Hell. I was trying to hit 2 of them.
I break into a run, assuming that was at me. The competition is fierce.
It's fine work. People had mail in those bags.
I'm not... I ain't very good at many things,
But shooting.
but one of them.
Oh. Well, then I'm glad to make your acquaintance, DeLacy.
Yours too.
All right. You're all heading up through the gates of Bulltail Ranch. There's a sort of dusty track. There are some fields that look like they're for livestock, but they're empty. You walk past some stables that look set up to take like several horses. But as you pass, there's just a single horse in there. This seems to be a ranch that's seen better.
I breathe
days.
a sigh of relief.
The horse shoots you a look.
The horse shoots you.
Comment.
The horse pulls out a blunderbuss. But only you see it, unfortunately.
Suddenly not sure about this literal one-horse town.
So yeah, there's a large ranch house.
Didn't the advert say something about getting paid? A lot? This place doesn't look like it has a lot of, dollars to go round. Line our pockets with.
Could be old money. Sometimes people with the most money don't like to spend it.
So you're all making your way up to the house. Nate does make it first, but the others join him about 4 seconds later. Parts of the house look newer than others. You can tell that maybe some parts have had to be rebuilt or have been added to piecemeal throughout the history of this house. But you are now stood at the door. Nate is extremely out of breath. The rest of you have enjoyed a leisurely stroll up to this ranch house.
You okay, sir?
I'm just fine. Thank you for your concern. My name is Nate.
Pleased to meet your acquaintance. I'm Edie.
A pleasure.
I stride past this and open the door. Walk straight through.
You open the door of
Yeah.
the house.
Oh, beans.
All right, so you open the door.
Yep.
You hear a woman's voice from further inside the house. Who's there? Who is that?
Is that you, Miss Victoria?
Yes? Who are you? What do you want?
Hear about the advertisement.
Oh, okay. You hear what sounds like a shotgun being uncocked. And a woman walks around the corner of the... it looks like she's coming through from a sort of larger living room into the sort of parlor area. that you've entered to in the house. There's a woman stood in front of you. She has dark hair, dark eyes. She's wearing a simple blue dress. So she's quite wary, seeing all these people in her house. But she's like, "You say you came about the advertisement?"
Yeah,
That's right.
I hear you have work.
That's right.
Okay. I didn't think anyone was going to come. We get so few trains out here, I suppose it would make sense that several of you arrived at once. There's only, as you know, a few trains a week that make their way all the way out here. I'll put it plainly and simply, I don't want to waste anybody's time. There are some folks out there that I want killed. They've done me tremendous wrong. None of them have seen an ounce of justice. And so now I'm going to use everything that I have, every bit of money I've clawed and scraped and saved in the last however many years since it happened, to make sure that these people face the reckoning they deserve. Does that sound like the kind of work that you people are capable of?
It's about bringing justice. I'm your man.
Oh, yeah.
They have to be dead.
Oh, they have to be dead.
Bringing them in's not.
I doubt you could, even if you wanted to, young man.
Okay.
What did they do?
I'm not sure if I'm comfortable sharing that with you right now. In fact, I'm not sure, looking at you, that you all are up to this challenge. This is a serious business. This isn't an easy job. I've tried hiring people for this in the past, and it hasn't worked out, and I can't have that on my conscience again. Okay? I'm not sending anyone else to their deaths, so I need to know that you're all capable of this. So I've decided, if we're going to work together with any more people, we're going to do a test to make sure that you're the sort of people I think can do what needs to be done. Pays like any other job, and you can decide to walk away after it's done. There's a lot more money in it for you if you can pull off the jobs that's to come after. So,
Well, how much money are we talking here? Because you said it pays like any other job. Most of the jobs I've had pay peanuts.
this job, this test I'm going to give you,
You got peanuts?
It's a figure of speech.
There are jobs that pay in peanuts?
Well, it
I
kind
love
of
peanuts.
phrased it.
Ma'am, I'm starting to share your concern.
Boy, it's a good job.
this job pays $200 a piece.
That's a lot of money. That's a lot of money.
Ooh.
And that's just a taste. If you can get this done, the jobs to come, you're going to pay a lot more.
And how many positions are available?
Well, there's 5 of you.
I was here first.
No, I think this is the sort of job that definitely needs more than one person. In fact, I think 5 should be about right for what we need to do.
You mentioned a test. I don't have much schooling.
It's more of what you'd call a practical test, son.
Oh.
There's a train. It's traveling from the East Coast out to the West Coast for a big museum display in an attempt to bring some culture to the folks out west. It's been in all the papers. I don't know if any of you have seen the exhibition that's coming up. The treasures of the... No? No one's...
Don't believe I have.
No one's aware of this. Okay. Well, it's...
Can I roll for it? Common knowledge, I suppose.
Yeah.
I read the papers.
I also just enjoy the funnies.
Let's have a look. So, what would we call this?
Common knowledge, right?
I ball them up and put them in my overalls. Nice and warm on a cold night.
You should try the funnies, boy. There's this cat. And he, it's a hoot. He hates Mondays.
Yeah, do me, just do me.
Quickly.
Sorry.
Just do me a roll and beat a 4.
Oh, okay. Not okay. Just a what kind of roll?
So do you have any skills in like common knowledge?
I've
anything
got
like
common
that?
knowledge.
You've got common knowledge.
Yes,
Okay.
skill.
Yeah.
Whoa.
All right. That's a 1 and a 5, so it's a success.
That's one success. Okay, yeah, you have heard of this this exhibition.
And what do I remember about it?
There's going to be a lot of East Coast museums have donated pieces from their collections, and there's going to be a touring museum collection that moves sort of through the West, so people can out in the in the Badlands can see some culture.
Oh, wow.
So yeah, it's been quite the cultural event, it seems.
You've heard of this? This museum? What's it?
Yeah, it's, I explained what Andy just explained.
So this train is transporting all of the treasures out west. I want you to get me something from that train. I don't care what it is. I just want you to get onto that train, take something, and bring it back to me.
Okay.
Like a souvenir postcard, or?
I think the objects are a little more valuable and a little better guarded.
Let's be plain, Miss Victoria. You want us to rob this train.
Yeah, I suppose that's a more straightforward way of putting it. I mean,
Doesn't sound a lot like justice to me.
well, I'm sure you can find something that they won't miss.
How do we know the job after this is real? How do we know this isn't a con? You just want something from this train? All this advert bounty could all be so many horse feathers.
I mean, yeah, that's true, young man. You have no reason to trust me, and I have no reason to trust you. This test I'm giving you hopefully is an opportunity for us to establish that trust. You get something for me, I pay you fairly, and then I tell you about the jobs to come, which will pay considerably more. This is all I have left. This is all the money I have left, and I'm going to spend all of it in getting justice. And whether you want to help me do that or not, that is entirely up to you. No one's forcing you around. You can walk away. That's absolutely fine.
I think about the $3 in my pocket. I look round to judge the mood.
I mean, I prefer to work alone, obviously, but I think I'm gonna have to swallow my pride.
Okay.
All right, I'll do it.
Okay.
You say?
I could use a break from digging latrines.
Okay, so we have two,
It's quite a
three.
step down from graves.
Three of you are up for it.
I'm just going to give a nod.
Miss Victoria, I'm not a stranger to working bounties, but I like to know what I'm getting into, and you're not sharing a great deal about the people we will eventually be hunting. I can tell you're desperate, and no one else has answered this advert, so I think you need us a little bit more than you're letting on.
This is true. It's a group of people who've done me a tremendous amount of wrong, and I'm not in a position to strike back at them. All I have is the money that I've saved, and I'm just looking for someone who can fight on my behalf. Whether that's you or someone else. I mean, you seem to be competent, capable people. You've come out here looking for work. I have money to pay you. I thought that was how these
Well, I do
transactions
like
worked.
to know the odds. Forgive me. So, how dangerous are we talking? I'm not trying to get myself killed out here.
Some people who used to work as a gang, now they work individually. I think the fact that they are on their own now makes it a lot more equitable in terms of the dangers involved. I won't lie, these are extremely dangerous people. But such is the nature of bounty work. That's how I understood this to be. You hire bad people to kill bad people.
And I like to be paid commensurate to how dangerous we're talking. As
You will-
You understand.
Extremely well paid for them.
And these are bad people.
These are bad people.
Oh, that's all you had to say. Count me in.
Okay.
5 on 1, I like our odds.
Is it 5 on 1, Miss Edie?
I suppose I could use the funds, but I'm not a bad person. I'm trying to make the world a better place, and if at the end of the day helping you out makes it better, then I'm gonna do it.
Excuse me, Miss Edie, I misspoke. I meant tough people.
Thank you.
You can see her sort of visibly relax, possibly for the first time in a while. And there's almost a kind of excitement that comes into her now. And she's like, okay, well, time for the test. So the train is traveling from the east to the west. It's going to stop at a few places. I don't know exactly where it's going to stop. It's due to arrive on the West Coast in a week's time. Again, they haven't gone into the exact schedule, I assume, for exactly this purpose. They don't want anyone stealing the treasures. It's got to be quite a high-value target. But train robbers, that's why I chose it. I thought it would be a good test for your skills. If you can handle this, I think you're up to the task that's coming up. But however you want to go about it is up to you. If you want to tell me, that's great. If you don't want to tell me, I won't interfere. You have your methods. As long as the job gets done, I don't mind. Just thinking, I've been thinking about this. The fellows in the rail depot in town, they might know more about the trains. But I guess it's up to you. If you want to involve me in your plans, great. If you want to keep me out of it, whatever you're comfortable with.
It strikes me that if this train has a hidden schedule, then no one's gonna miss it for a while if it don't turn up. So I'm thinking we may as well disable the thing, steal whatever we like, and then leave them to pick up the pieces. Because otherwise we're gonna end up a very long way away from, forgive me, I forget your name?
Victoria.
Victoria here, and well, I've just been on a long journey, and frankly, I'm a little saddle sore.
Can I would like to look at Silas and see what he thought of that. Just like judging his face.
Well, what if the train's heavily guarded?
Yeah, what if the train's heavily guarded?
Well, then it's gonna be heavily guarded, whether it's going or stopped.
But if we're trying not to make a big scene, then maybe we should be going quietly.
Well, stopping a train doesn't necessarily mean it's under attack. There could be a fallen tree on the line, or a kooky old man who's lost and is just doddering around on the tracks, or a poor defenseless boy who seems confused and unnerving.
You're calling confused?
No, I'm saying they would think that you're confused, but that by extension would make them confused. Because really, you're exactly where you want to be.
Pretending?
Yeah.
Lying?
Yeah.
Okay.
Acting.
All right. Okay.
I'm just saying, if we don't know where this train is stopping, let's make it so the train has to stop.
I think that makes sense.
Fine.
Do we actually know what route the train is taking, even though we don't know its timetable?
Probably not.
I march out to the nearest train line.
Yeah, it's going east to west. That's
So
about the
it's-
extent of it so far.
There can't be
It's in
many,
the east of the
yeah.
United States of America, this train.
There can't be many routes at the moment. I imagine it'd probably be coming along the.
There's a map, isn't there? Look, in the book.
There is.
There's a map with train lines on it.
Ah.
It could be on any one of those train lines going west.
I feel like this is actually a person in character question. What state are we in?
Well, I was keeping it deliberately ambiguous.
Oh, I see.
Springfield.
Disarray.
Oh, denial. My favorite.
All right.
Can I make a common knowledge check to kind of make an educated guess?
Yeah, because there are lots of train routes, but there must be one that makes most sense if you just need
Yeah.
to get from east to west, right?
Yeah,
There must be
make
a
a common knowledge
direct,
check.
shortest.
Oh, that's a pair of twos. So
Okay.
I know nothing.
It's going east to west.
Let's just start looking around to see where the sun is. In relation to the window, I'm like, well, I'm just going to try and triangulate north for the rest of this conversation.
Okay.
Okay.
Sounds good.
Garnet's been around. She knows a little something about something. So I would like to common knowledge roll again. Vis-a-vis, what's the likeliest train route if you were going
Yeah.
from the east coast to the west coast?
Okay.
I'd like to do the same as Edie travels around a lot, so she should know some of the train lines.
Yeah.
DeLacy's first time on a train, won't be rolling anything.
All right.
Oh, I got a 5.
I got nothing.
2, so I got a pass.
So you are aware of where the train line runs, especially once you get past sort of Utah. It's the tracks become a lot less well laid. They've been laid in a hurry. They're not particularly good train tracks, and there's not many of them. You can probably figure out the sort of general area that the train will be traveling through. The problem is you don't know when it will be traveling, because you know it's due on the West Coast in a week's time, but you don't know exactly when it will be coming through, short of staking it out for an entire week, which doesn't appeal to any of you.
But they might know at the rail yard, right?
Yeah, where's this depot?
It was next to where the train rolled in. There was a large
Anyone
administrative
there?
building. Might go and check it out, I suppose. There's usually someone down there, says Victoria.
I haven't worked out where north is.
Yeah. Okay, let us know.
Time's a wasting.
Let's go ask.
Should we head?
What time is it now? By now?
Oh, it's not late. It's like 5 p.m.
Okay. There might still be someone there. Might still be open.
I still got a bottle of whiskey. We can persuade him.
I see. I thought that was unrelated.
Just to brag.
But I also drink from the whiskey.
Make sure you don't drink all
Figured it
of
out. Hey! All right.
All right. Well, let's mosey back down into town and
All right.
check out the depot, right?
I'm going to toss an A to Benny for figuring out where north is. Good job.
What do we use bennies for?
Benny's used if you want to re-roll an unfavorable dice result, or you can use it in combat to soak damage.
Do over. Love it.
Yeah.
All right.
Do over coins.
Cool.
Okay, so you heading towards the rail depot.
Yep.
All right.
Turning around.
Yeah. So you walk back. You presumably say your goodbyes to Victoria.
Yep.
She wishes you luck. You walk back out of the ranch down onto the main street, back towards the station, and there is a station sort of building. It's like everything in Creitz, it's seen better days. It's a bit tumble down, but there is a lantern light in the window. You can see that it is still open. There is a ticket cage inside, and there is a man stood inside the ticket cage. He has sort of large mutton chop whiskers. He's wearing a sort of jaunty station master's hat, sort of waistcoat with a watch chain and fob. And he's sort of stood there just poring over a train schedule.
Howdy.
Well, hello there, friend. What can I do you for?
Train's going west.
Going west?
Yeah.
From here, Creitz?
Nah. On the
End
main
of the line, friend.
On the main line.
Oh,
What do you
on the
know?
main line. Okay, so, where are you looking to go?
West Coast.
Oh, okay.
Anything coming through?
Yep, there's passenger trains. They'll be coming through every few hours, I think. It's pretty regular service out to the coast.
Interesting. Any bad times? Any times when that schedule won't be happening?
Well, no, it's pretty regular, friend. That's the rail service we offer here.
Fair. I eyeball him. Does he look at all like corruptible at all, or is he pretty straight down the line?
It's hard to tell just looking at him. He just looks like a regular old rail guy.
Okay. He's behind a cage though, right? Okay. I grab the cage. Buddy, what about this museum train? We've all heard about it.
Well, why would you want to know about that train, friend?
I'm a big fan of the arts.
Now, seems to me that's the kind of information only a train robber would want to know.
I love culture.
Because
Getting more and more angry.
Because if you're asking if old Arlo here will take a bribe, the answer is absolutely. Arlo's got expensive tastes, he says, and he sort of hitches up a trouser leg, and you can see some extremely fine boots that he's wearing underneath his rail uniform.
Okay. What's the information worth?
Well, $100 ought to do it, friend.
It's a little steep.
Well, then I guess you won't be finding out anything about that train.
You're really beginning to rattle my cage.
It starts to lower the line. It's like, time for old Arlo to lock up for the day.
Is there a door to the ticket office?
Yes, there is a door.
I'm gonna walk around and try and kick it in.
You can try.
The four of us just sort of stood back, kind of watching this.
Okay, now the door is specifically designed to withstand this kind of assault for obvious purposes. So I'm going to need you to make me a athletics, I guess.
Yeah.
If you're trying to kick in a door.
Fine.
So it's.
I've got
this is at -4 because
-4
because this door has several deadbolts on it.
Yeah, but I can't. I literally can't. I can't get.
But then it might not work.
You ace the dice. There's always a chance.
All right. Okay.
Don't forget your
But
one die.
I need to. Yeah. So I've got my. This is my regular die. That's a 5.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And that's a 6. Aced
Okay,
it.
so you've aced it. So roll again.
All right. That's a 5.
Yeah. So so you kick the door hard,
Yeah.
and the door sort of splinters inwards.
Jeez.
And Arlo goes, oh my, you're coming into the cage now.
Yeah.
Can
This
I
is
just?
my cage. This is you rattling it. Give me
Well,
the
okay,
information.
friend, it seems maybe you've qualified for a discount.
Can I just look around the street, see if like anyone else is sort of observing or has noticed any
Yeah.
of this? Yeah.
I mean, this is an extremely quiet town. The saloon owner is in the saloon. No one else appears to be on the street.
All right.
There's a cow that sort of turned its head and is looking.
Does it look like it might be an informer?
It's hard to tell at this distance. It does look like the sort of cow that would inform on you if it could speak English.
It has cows all over it, isn't it?
Yeah, but unfortunately for the cow, it cannot. So I think you're all right.
What kind of discount?
Let's call it 20 and we'll be square.
Now you're talking. I'm happy with 20. 20 seems fine to me.
Okay.
Sir, if you wouldn't mind getting out of the cage, it does make me feel a mite uncomfortable.
I'm watching you. And I move back out. Back to the ticket desk, as if we're resuming a normal transaction. Now about that information.
No one else in your group I could talk to. You're making me a mite uncomfortable, friend.
I'd like to step forward. I'm so sorry about my associate here. If we could have some information about that train coming along, that would be most appreciated.
Yes, well, the museum train is the one you're after, the one with all of the treasures on it.
Indeed. We just want to know so we can get to the right town at the right time so
Okay.
we can go see the exhibition. Please ignore my friend. He's
Say-
just very, very
Passionate about the
excited.
arts.
Exactly. That.
Well, now, a few things about this train. This far out west, the track is laid in a hurry and usually pretty rough. So, kind of the wooden passenger and freight cars aren't designed to handle the vibrations of the high speed. So, I mean, for regular passengers, they'll just let them tough it out. But for these treasures, these going to be riding a little slower than usual, not to shake them around. So I can't imagine this train will be traveling more than 20, 30 miles an hour. Now, you had a fast horse, maybe you could pull alongside, maybe you get on that train. Another option for you. It's the train being full of treasures. Naturally, it has guards on board. I don't know how many, but what I do know is that they're calling into the town of Brittle Brook to change those guards. So there will be a guard changeover happening tomorrow morning in Brittle Brook.
Okay.
That does mean that briefly, the train will have twice the amount of guards on it, but it will be stopped. Final thing I can tell you about this train, coming into Brittle Brook, is a secluded bend in the track. Now, if you were to place something on the tracks or interfere in some way, in my experience,
Maybe a confused boy.
that would be a pretty good place if you wanted to stop the train. Not that you do, just wanted to see the exhibition as I understand it.
Indeed.
Now, I believe there was the talk of $20.
Yeah, somebody pay this man. That's the best $20 we've ever spent.
Much obliged to you. It's a fair deal, and I'm happy with the fair deal.
You had $20.
Yeah.
Why are you looking for work?
I want more.
Jeez. Some people's never enough.
Now, if our business is concluded here, friends, I'm not a devious man by nature, but when you're paid as little as I am, sometimes your methods gotta be downright Machiavellian. Thank you for your time, he says, and he pulls down the blind.
Have a nice day, sir.
You hear him just counting the money behind the...
Do you think we can trust him?
I think that Silas scared him too much not to trust what he said.
I don't rightly think he was gonna tell on us either if this crime that we're contemplating is of the magnitude that, well, frankly, I suspect it is.
Anybody here got a bounty on them? Right now?
No.
No.
No. But then that is what I would say.
Oh,
But I
hell.
don't.
Do you?
Not currently, no.
Have you made any enemies?
No, DeLacy doesn't have a bounty. He doesn't have any.
only-
He's trying to.
The only bounty he has on him is the chocolate bar.
They don't exist.
Which is some
Yeah,
prototype. The valuable prototype. If I can get this to Mr. Mars.
So, Brittlebrook, we going that way?
Sounds like it.
That way, but not as far as Brittlebrook. Can we get a map?
There is actually a large
be a-
railroad map on the wall,
All right.
showing
Here we go.
some routes.
Brittlebrook here. The bend in the track he described here. We want to be here.
Shall I remove the map? Can I tear the map off the wall?
Yeah. I mean, it's behind glass, but you could...
I grab the sides of it and wrench it to see if I can get it off.
you could, yeah, or you could break the glass. Do you want to just try and wrench the whole thing off the wall?
Yeah.
Okay. Athletics check, please.
All right. Sounds good. Okay.
I'm starting to suspect that this man is part horse.
That's a 6. I like eyeballing. That's a 6 and a 3.
dang.
But I got a 6, so I get to roll again, right? So that, yes, that's my 2 rolls, and then I get to roll again for the 6.
Yes.
But that's only a 1 in addition.
7 total.
7. So that's a single
One success.
success. Okay, so you
it takes.
wrench this enormous, heavy glass poster off the wall.
I do declare.
And now, I mean, you are now holding it, and it's extremely cumbersome and
Right.
hard to hold. And
Didn't really think this one through.
yeah,
You did not.
I drop it.
okay, it's
It smashes.
it smashes on the floor, but now the
And now
map
you've got
is
a map.
accessible.
Yeah.
So that's good.
Cool. I'm gonna roll it up and like slide it into my duster.
All right, great.
Arlo presumably heard this from the back room.
Arlo is loudly whistling to
okay.
himself. He doesn't hear anything.
So what are you thinking, Miss Garnet? This bend? Brittlebrook bend?
Yeah, it's doing 20 miles an hour, 30 miles an hour. We can catch it on horse.
All right.
We're all riders here, I assume.
I have a 1,000-yard stare.
Some of us are riders here.
I'll walk.
I had a mule once.
We all look.
Good enough.
We all look expectantly for the rest of that story. Realize it's not coming.
Yeah.
How far is it to the bend in the track ahead of Brittlebrook?
Yeah. Is there a route?
Yeah, is it like?
Is there about,
Is
like,
it a
an obvious
rideable
train route.
distance?
It's a rideable distance. Yeah,
Okay.
it's not insurmountably far. It would probably take you a few hours.
We have established this is a one-horse town.
and
We'll
one
have to
cow?
share. Yeah. Okay. Well, yeah. So how are we going to get out there? I suppose that's the.
Is there a train schedule? Are there any more trains coming through, or is that it for the evening?
Oh, yeah, that's it for the day. Trains don't come out here very often.
Is the train we came in on still?
It's the end of the line. Yeah.
Is it likely to go back at all, or is it?
Yep. Sometime tomorrow.
He's suggesting we take a train robbery to the train robbery.
And for a
Anything
penny.
to avoid using a horse.
Well, the opposite of the old ways, Val.
You've got the map in your pocket now, right?
Yeah, you can look at it if you want.
Yeah. That's what
I hand over.
Yeah.
Look, the quickest route is through here. I say we take a direct spot. I don't think we want to be seen on a train or anywhere else, right? if our plan ultimately is to go there and rob something, then wouldn't it be better to go from where we are right now and make a beeline to this bend? And there set up camp and wait for the train.
I think that's quite
I
sensible.
can't argue with that. But how are we going to get there? We've got no horses and one horse that we're aware of in town. Is there a stables? Did we notice any stables?
We haven't been. Yeah, you've only been one end of the sort of
been to the
dusty Main
ranch.
Street. Yeah, so if you want to explore, see if there's a stables.
We'll look for transport.
Okay, there is a stables down at the other end of the main street. There are a few businesses down there. There's a gunsmith, a pharmacy, and a stables.
All right,
And
well, let's go see about hiring some horses.
Or one horse and a
A
cart.
carriage, yeah.
Just to be upfront with you folks, I have no money at all.
Yeah, I've got...
I pull out $3 crumpled dollars.
Oh, son. Doing all right for yourself.
I mean, this is all expensible. Can we not ask Miss Victoria for some upfront cash float?
I think that's all her money, isn't it?
Oh, that's mighty convenient.
I don't know if she'd trust us.
I've got
with
a little
cash float.
cash. All right, let's
I've got a bit as well.
to the stables and see
it is
who's
getting.
about.
It is starting to get dark, and there's a man outside the stables. He's sort of. You can tell he's making preparations to close for the day. So he's sort of, moving things around in a very sort of NPC fashion.
Got it.
So, at a stables, one would assume there are horses, but those horses presumably belong to other people who are like traveling through the town, right? They wouldn't.
The horses being stabled there.
Yeah, right. So
They may sell them as well, though, right?
yeah, I guess. Can I look around? Presumably, at like a cart or a carriage or something would be like big enough to see wherever it was being stored. Can I like? Is there one?
There's a few carriages parked up next to the stables. There is also what looks like a stagecoach there. So it's possible that this stable also offers stagecoach services for private hire.
Maybe it can be hired.
Yeah?
We'll need him to be discreet.
Hey, mister.
Looking towards the adult.
Hello there. How can I
Before you
help?
shut up, we need to rent. Before you shut up shop,
Oh,
we need to rent a stagecoach.
I'd be worried there for a minute.
Too
Get a lot of
sweet.
people through here intimidating me.
Nah.
I glower at him.
Oh, no.
What's the going rate? What's the going rate on a stagecoach for a day and a night?
You need a driver?
No.
No, you okay? Well, how far you be taking it?
Well, we'll need it for a day, and we'll pay for your discretion.
Oh, okay. $10 sound fair?
Deal.
That sounds
good deal.
very fair.
Okay, I'll hook you up with a brace of ponies, and you can be on your way. You'll be bringing it back tomorrow, yes?
Absolutely.
All right then.
Love how you
trusted.
don't need a security deposit or anything.
Yeah, that's right. Old no security deposit Bill, they call me.
Well, presumably we pay up. Do we pay up
You
front?
pay up front, yeah. I got my $10. Bill's got his $10.
We're going out drinking with Arlo tonight.
Yeah. So no security deposit. Bill starts hooking a couple of horses up to this stagecoach. Is there anything else you want to?
Can we purchase the
town?
extra insurance where if we kill one of the horses, we don't get charged extra?
Yep. You want to take
Rust
out the,
proofing.
Yeah.
Yeah, you want to take out the horse rust proofing.
Yeah, exactly.
These babies will rust right up.
I just want to look around town again. I know it's pretty quiet and sleepy and stuff, but we're in a different part of town. I feel like what we've done is rock up here and like start flashing an awful lot of money around. So like I just want to
Well, somewhat discreetly, like the $20.
discreetly.
Yes, that was discreet.
You punched in the door and tore out the
in
window.
the building,
Still
it was
the map.
discreet.
I just want to look around and just cast a sort of wily, streetwise eye around and just check that we haven't aroused any attention or.
I think the people of Creitz, they know when it's prudent to mind their own business. So you look around town, you see someone is at an upstairs window, they see you and they pull the blind down. That's the
Nice.
that's the vibe
Nice.
you're getting.
All right. I just want to stand in front of the stagecoach while we're doing this, just like a kind of bodyguard pose, just with the hand resting on the pistol.
I'm eyeballing the horses from a distance.
Okay,
I would like to get in the stagecoach and immediately fall asleep
good.
and just start snoring like a banshee.
Okay. Anything else from anyone else before you get in the stagecoach?
I'm just going to pet some of the horses.
All right.
Because they're cute, but yeah.
Now, who's driving?
I'm not getting near those bloody things.
Well, I usually travel by train, so I could do it, but I'm not that experienced in it.
It's a little while since I've driven a coach and four. If anyone else is a little more experienced, maybe they should take the reins.
This is what happens when no one knows what's on anyone else's character sheet.
Yeah, it's good.
I can ride. I can ride.
Okay.
I can ride real good, and I assume the skill is transferable.
Yep. If you could just make me a riding roll.
It's like riding, but you can't fall off. Or at least not as easily.
Yeah, this is much more straightforward than regular horse riding. You just sit in the seat and you steer them, but just make me a roll just to see,
For
how well.
the success of the entire journey.
Yeah, why not?
Oh wait, did I say I was good at riding?
You sure did.
That's not backed up by anything.
That may have been an earlier version of this character.
So
We're
are
in
you,
trouble, fellas.
you untrained
Lads,
in riding?
I'm untrained at riding. We
fine.
huddle. Is anyone an experienced rider here? Why do I have a horse?
You have a horse.
Practice riding.
Not with me, obviously. I didn't bring it on the train, did I now? So, well, I forgot that I nixed that skill on the character sheet.
Anyone else want to have a go at driving this? or are
Someone's
we
got to
gonna
have
leave it
riding here, you bunch of cowboys.
Timer.
I've never driven one of these things before, but I feel like that would be an uncomfortable thing for DeLacy to admit, so I don't mind taking a run at
You're
it.
going to bluster your way through. I love it. No, I love it. I think it's brilliant.
Yeah, I mean, how hard can it be, right? I mean, I've worked with horses and animals. I can ride a horse. This is probably just like that, right? I'm looking at the thing. There's like a lot of ropes. It looks pretty high up. Yeah.
I'm going to say because it is a horse and carriage, it's not trying to ride a regular horse, and these are horses that are very used to being driven by people. I'm not going to make this a penalized roll, but just roll. You're doing this for a D4.
It's a rental. It's not like when you rent a car, they give you a manual.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
It's been a few months. I think the last one of these I was on out in Texas. It was a little different design, but they're all basically the same.
1, 2.
Okay. Would you like
climb
to
up one side and fall off the other side.
would you like to spend a Benny to re-roll that?
First Benny of the season.
I started with an extra Benny because I have the hindrance young. Which doesn't sound like it. 3.
Oh,
Benny.
Benny.
Can I do that? Can
Yes,
I?
you can.
6.
Yeah, there we
1.
go.
Okay,
Roll
6.
again.
4. So,
Okay,
10.
10. So that's a
successes.
success with a raise.
oh right, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, DeLacy, you take
Up to 2. I fall off twice.
This time.
So yeah, you take the reins. Initially, sort of trepidatious. Suddenly, this feels like the most natural thing in the world to you. The horses feel almost like an extension of your arms. You turn left, they turn left. You turn right, they turn right. They speed up and slow down when you want them to. These horses are completely under your control.
Right. Everyone in who wants in.
I imagine you've been doing donuts because you've already proven your expertise,
Yeah.
but we haven't gotten in the stagecoach yet.
I'm in.
So.
I'm not always.
Oh,
I'm
you
just
were,
being tossed
yes.
around like a rag doll.
Right.
Like right in the corner from all of the G-force from these endless donuts this kid is performing.
I'm going to sit at the back facing, like, literally sort of facing away from the horses. So, I guess, like, on the rear of the stagecoach, but
Yeah.
looking away.
Now, I believe it's customary for someone to ride on the top with a big, impressive gun
Yeah.
Oh,
to discourage.
That's ostensibly what I'm doing, but actually I'm sitting there with a whiskey bottle trying not to think about horses. Damn horses.
You're riding like reverse shotgun.
Yeah, exactly. Like just on the back
Yeah.
of the stagecoach, watching the back, watching our 6, I guess, and just
All right.
I'll
fuming
sit
about
next
horses.
to DeLacy.
Great. So everyone settles in for the carriage ride. You know where you're going. You've got a horse on a stage with a competent driver. Yeah, the horses go.
Get up, Knags!
I tense up. The sound of the horses.
And onwards you travel to Brittlebrook.
What a horse ever do to you? I yell back to Silas across the
I want to
stagecoach.
talk about it.
We got time.
Yep, all the time in the world.
You got as much time as it takes to find out what a horse did to you.
Listen, I don't want to talk about it.
So you're all on a stagecoach being driven by a surprisingly competent DeLacy and being ridden shotgun by a surprisingly alarmed Silas, who seems upset and alarmed at the back of the stagecoach, and you are heading to the town of Brittlebrook. We will be right back with more Deadlands after these messages from our sponsor. Thanks again to our sponsor, Misty Mountain Gaming. You can win your own set of Misty Mountain Gaming dice by going to the link in the description of this video. You can win the cage dice that we've been playing with today, as well as some of their premium bone dice. So just go to the link in the description of this video. Thanks again to Misty Mountain Gaming for their support. Welcome back. Now, when we left our heroes, they were traveling to Brittlebrook on the stagecoach. DeLacy, you're driving. Silas, you are sat at the back, trying not to think about horses. Everyone else is inside. So,
I'm up top.
Garnet's
Oh,
up
you're
top
top?
with me. Yep.
Garnet, sat up top.
Silas facing the other way because he's scared of horses.
All right.
So, what's your story?
My story?
Yeah.
I like to travel. I'm a bounty hunter. Sometimes a dealer, card dealer.
You know any card tricks?
Sure, I take out a deck of cards and immediately do a very impressive card trick. Imagine that.
Theatre of the mind.
I do.
Describe the trick. For
Yeah, I do like a waterfall kind of
Oh, nice.
How'd you make it spin like that?
practice, youngster.
Nice.
Mostly practice.
So where are you from?
Oh, I'm from all around.
Cool answer.
Yeah, I grew up on a frontier town with my pa, and since I've been grown, I've been traveling and working, and I prefer the card work if I can get it, but there's not always dealer work, so sometimes it's more like this.
Cool. What's going on inside?
Oh, I've got real bad sleep apnea, by the way. So like,
Yeah, it's just
I
me,
basically-
like,
yeah, so Nate is in there like, I would say like breathing like every 2 minutes out of 3. And it's kind of like,
Edie's just constantly like, okay, making sure that he's not died.
I'm up at the top, I can hear this, I'm like, them horses are getting riled.
yeah.
What's wrong with them?
Okay, Edie,
He's like something from hell.
Edie, I'm going to give you a Benny for putting up with this.
Whoa!
There you go.
Excellent.
So yeah, you're just taking your time as you travel over to Brittlebrook. It takes a few hours, but consulting the map, Silas, you see some features on there that you recognize. You reckon you're getting close to the bend that Arlo told you about.
Can we see the train tracks? Or sort of yet?
Yeah, as you get closer to Brittlebrook, it's sort of on a higher ridge than where you are now, but you can see that as the train tracks continue, the incline gets less, and then they sort of curve around. It's like a gap in the mountains, so it's going to be quite secluded, quite shielded from view.
Nice.
This area that Arlo was telling you about.
Slow it up, we're getting close.
We bang on the roof of the stagecoach. And
You okay there, Nate?
Well, yes, I feel absolutely fine. Why?
Oh no, you just you kind of have like an interest in sleep issue. I thought
Thank you very much.
Well, I'm not sure it's I don't mean to be rude, but I was a little worried that you slipped away a few times.
Oh, no, I'm still here. I assume I will at some point, but so far, nothing.
Okay,
How was your journey?
it could have been quieter.
No, horses. They're so loud.
I'm going to drop down off the back of the sort of... I assume we've stopped now, right?
I don't know, have we, DeLacy?
Have we stopped? Did we? When I said stop?
If you're all done chit-chatting, we're here.
Yeah, all right. Now that we're stopped, I'm going to jump down off the back of the thing and walk around.
So you are stopped near the bend in the track.
Mm-hmm.
You're about half a mile away from the town of Brittlebrook, which is where, as you understand it, the train is to do a guard change. So, this will be where the train curves around on the track, and it's going to be going pretty slowly, if Arlo is to be believed.
Can I roll a notice to see if there's anything like immediately obvious that could be sort of put in front of it, like if that was the plan?
Yes.
Trees to cut down.
Yeah, trees to cut down, or rocks, like boulders and stuff, landslide type stuff that we could...
Yeah, give me a notice
Cool.
roll.
That is a 6. Sweet.
Hey.
And another 6.
Whoa,
Okay.
so
Keep
that's...
going. And a 5. 6 and a 5 was the highest combined result.
An 11, so that is 2. That's a success with a raise.
Yeah.
Okay, so you look.
So I'm scanning the horizon, doing that cowboy squint thing.
Okay, there are some trees. They're quite large, mature trees,
Right.
so quite thick trunks. There's, as that ridge I mentioned earlier, that does continue. The tracks come down here, but there are some sort of rocks up there.
Okay.
Probably could loosen that if you had some way of doing that.
Leverage.
Yeah, it's mainly rocks and trees. There's nothing else that you can see. There's no nothing you could drag across the track currently at the moment. So you would have to.
Confused boy planet.
There is always the stagecoach.
I like the way you think.
All right, DeLacy, bring the stagecoach over.
Yeah.
And we wedge it across the tracks.
Okay, you're just going to drift it sideways onto
Yeah.
the track in an effortless display of horsemanship.
Yeah.
You're right. You're leaving the horses attached.
Oh.
No, of course not.
Okay. I'd like to unharness the horses, and but how many are there? 4. 2. Okay, and I guess lead them somewhere out of sight and
Tether them to
Tether
a
them?
nearby
Yeah.
Tie them up.
tree.
yeah,
Yeah,
tie
yeah.
them up out of sight but secured. Okay.
No security deposit.
Seems to me if we put our stagecoach in front of where this train's gonna come through, then there's no way of denying that this was a robbery.
No, we inadvisedly tried to cross the tracks with our stagecoach, got stuck, and that's why I'm going to take a horse and ride to where the train is coming at us 20 miles an hour
About that.
and tell them they need to stop because there's been a terrible stagecoach accident ahead.
Damn, Mom, that's very smart. Okay, yeah.
All right.
Everyone in?
Yeah. Okay, yeah.
Oh, I'm more than happy to play a doddering old fool who tried to cross the tracks. So they really don't think it's a robbery.
It's the role you were born to play.
Thank you. More to the point, do you still have the bottle of whiskey?
I do.
Could I maybe borrow it?
Fine. I pass it over.
Thank you. I'm mostly just thirsty. Like, all in the beginning. It's just...
You know, legally that's mine.
Sure.
I say as I climb up onto the stagecoach and I guess sit back in the seating position like I'm a silly kid who'd oh darn it, the horses got away and I screwed up.
Who gave the kid charge of a stagecoach?
Just gonna sit there looking sort of well no, I don't think DeLacy's a very good actor, so I'm gonna sit there just looking mean as usual.
Now, you folks, we're going to need someone laying in wait to ambush the stopped train. Okay, so I look up and down the tracks for cover, for somewhere they can be, laying in wait out of sight.
Can you do me notice roll?
Yeah. That's one success.
One success. Yeah, there is some medium-sized rocks. You reckon you could probably hunker down behind those and be out of sight. There are those sort of larger mature trees I talked about. They're wide enough to conceal a person. So yeah, you could either hide among the tree line, or you could try and secrete yourself among the rocks, but to a casual observer, you wouldn't be seen from those positions.
All right, rocks, trees, folks. Take your pick.
I'll take the high ground.
I'll take the low. I'll go a little bit along as well, hide behind a tree.
Okay, so yeah, if you're looking at where the carriage is currently parked, the ridge is to the left, that's where the rocks are. To the right is a sort of the wooded area. So you're going up into the ridge to hide behind the rocks, and you're heading into the wooded area to hide behind the trees. All right, good.
DeLacy looks like a kid, so probably he's best employed in the stagecoach, looking disarming and...
Yeah.
I've already got my game face on, and I'm just constantly walking up and down in front of the stagecoach going, oh, beans! Just over and over and over again, like an NPC on a really short loop.
How long has it taken us to get here? And obviously the train's arriving in the morning for the guard change, right? So we travelled through the night?
Are we like 10 hours early?
No, it's arriving in Brittlebrook for the guard change. So
In
it
the
depends. Yeah.
Yeah, but we're talking like morning, like 5 a.m.
5 a.m. Okay, so
you
so we're roughly in the middle of the night at the moment.
Yeah, it is nighttime. You've probably got a couple of hours until the train does roll through.
Okay, cool. Yep.
So it's going to be coming through like just at sunup.
Yeah.
Very cool.
All right.
To the plan. I'd sooner not kill anyone we don't need to.
Fine.
Agreed.
Good. We going quiet, we going loud?
Quiet, I think.
Preference?
We can go loud and not kill anyone.
It is
Kid's right.
harder to do that, especially when there are armed guards. I think if we can do this quietly and keep up the pretense that we just parked the stagecoach in the wrong place, maybe we should.
All right then, folks, you're going to need to sneak up on the train.
Yeah, I will do my best to be as sneaky as I can.
Love it. Love this energy.
Nobody better rattle my cage.
Do you think I should maybe go with him, make sure he's sneaky? You don't screw this up for us, okay, Silas?
It'll be them screwing it up if they rattle my cage.
Okay. Oh no.
I'm feeling good about the plan.
All right.
My cage, I implore you, do not rattle it.
I think they have it.
I think we've got that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we've got it, Silas. It's the people on the train who I'm more worried about.
Yeah, that's true.
Any other preparations anyone wants to do? Or are you just going to settle in and wait for the train?
I think DeLacy's standard idle animation is cleaning and maintaining his revolver.
Got a canister of gun oil. Just gonna.
Yeah.
I'm going to take one of the horses and ride it up the track, in case it has a larger stopping distance than we've allowed for.
Yeah. Also, it's gloomy, no light out here.
Yeah.
Like, it's not for certain that they would even see the
Explode through the
100 miles an hour. Yeah.
Nathan DeLacy are atomized.
Who wants to see me roll for riding?
Yeah, I want to see it.
Untrained. So,
Yeah.
Can I help at all? Is there any, like...
can you teach me to ride in the next 45 minutes?
Yeah. Is there any... Well, I don't know, can I?
Butt goes here, feet
there-
goes here.
Is there anything I
Point
can...
face towards target.
Face goes here.
Oh, like, perhaps I can't teach you to ride, but, like, perhaps I can... You know, I've been working with these horses. Maybe there's one horse that I can, like, calm down a
Responds to
great
you.
deal.
You don't want
know.
angry Ned, you want friendly.
Yeah, exactly. I
Dog
can
over here,
estimate
yeah.
the best of the two
Okay.
horses to...
The better of the two horses.
Why don't you both make me riding rolls?
Okay.
Okay.
Now we're untrained in riding.
So that's a D4.
Yeah.
Okay.
Minus two.
-2.
All right.
But you have
That's
your
a
wild
hard
dice.
roll. And a wild dice.
Yeah, we got the wild die. The wild die's going to solve it, so it's fine. Oh, it didn't solve it. That's weird.
I got a 6 minus 2, so that is a bare success. Barely
nice.
a
Well,
success.
if you got a
If you got a 6, you get to
you
read.
dice. You
roll.
base
Oh,
dice,
you still get to do that. But isn't it
Oh.
minus 2?
Wait, do I get
Minus
to
2
do...
to the end result.
Oh, minus 2 to the end result.
Yeah.
All right.
And I got a 4 so on the D4, so I
yeah,
can...
you based as well.
Okay. That's another 4.
Keep going.
Keep going.
8. 12. 12, 13, 14, 15, minus 2, 13.
Whoa! I got an 8
Wow.
with the
So
minus
that's
2.
two raises.
Success and 2 raises, and you got
Success for
8.
the raise.
The successful
Okay,
raise, yeah.
well, this has just gone spectacularly well.
Dang.
You are forever bonded with
Yeah.
Yeah.
humble Ned.
Oh, humble Ned.
So you
The happiest
approach
horse in the
you approach
West.
the horse sort of nervously at first. You're worried, but then you look across to DeLacy, who just sort of waves a hand.
Hypnotizes the horse.
He strokes and braids the horse's soft
Yeah.
mane.
Forehead to forehead.
Yeah. Presses his forehead to the horse.
You take care of her, humble Ned.
The horse
She's important.
nods as if in
Some
understanding.
kind of horse whispering guy.
Ignore him.
And then the horse turns to you and it sort of bows like they do in dressage. It goes down on one knee and just sort of bows its head in acknowledgement of you. And then
This is freaking me out because Silas has always suspected the horses were smarter than they were letting on and were playing us, and this is just confirmation of
Showing their
everything.
hand. Yeah.
the horse bows.
Okay.
Unbelievable.
I smooth the beautiful chestnut
Yeah.
flanks
Damn
of humble
horses.
Ned.
The horse bows to Garnet,
And of
then
course,
it turns
he
its
has
head
no
and looks at you like this. Silas just goes. And then it goes.
Of course, he has no saddle because we didn't bring any, and he's a stagecoach horse.
Not necessary. Not
So-
with humble Ned.
But luckily,
Yeah.
This gentleman.
your rolls went spectacularly,
Yeah,
so this isn't
just
a
as
problem. Yeah.
His
Right.
back fat forms into a.
Yeah. All right, so you're riding a ways up the track.
Yeah. All right, everyone into positions.
Oh, beaten.
I don't know why I'm holding reins. There are no reins. Just grip onto humble Ned for dear life.
I'm just hiding behind the rock, muttering about horses. Damn horses.
All right, I G up
Playing
humble
me for
Ned
a fool.
and head in the direction of what I can faintly hear is the sound of an
Not up to
approaching
them.
train.
Yeah, so it's just starting to get light now. That sort of purple sky you get just as the sun is coming up. And you do hear the sort of chuffing and shuttling and rail rattling of a train. You can also hear a sort of high-pitched screaming sound, which, if any of you have travelled on trains before, as I know you have, you recognise as the sound of ghost rock being burned. So this train is being powered by ghost rock. You see big sort of billowing clouds of smoke and steam coming off this train. If you would care to have a look at the train to sort of get the measure of it, you can see that it's got the locomotive in the front. There's a big container of ghost rock behind that.
Tender.
It looks like coal with sort of like milky white veins running through it. And there's a big pile of that sat behind the locomotive. And then there are 2 carriages behind that have no windows. They're completely windowless carriages, 2 in a line, obviously. Then you have another carriage which has windows, and then you have the caboose at the back, the final carriage that has windows and a kind of observation deck at the back. So there's a sort of low railing at the back, and there is an out. You can walk out onto that if you wanted to sort of get some fresh air. The windows in that final carriage are a lot larger. It looks like some kind of observation car. So that's the layout of the train, and it's sort of shuffling around the corner. As predicted by Arlo, it is not going particularly fast. You can tell they're trying to avoid bumpiness because of the precious cargo that the train is carrying.
Can I see Garnet riding alongside it?
Yep, Garnet, you're riding up.
I meet it, bring the horse around, and then match its speed, waving furiously at the driver through the window.
Okay. What's going on? Who's out there? What do you want?
You're gonna pull the train over. Up ahead.
Pull the train over?
All right, I misspoke.
Know how trains work, lady.
I'm not a train expert, man. There's an obstruction on the track. There's
What kind of obstruction?
There's a stagecoach in trouble up ahead.
Well, move it off the track. There's a train coming through.
Yeah, obviously we would do that if we could. This is an extended conversation between a
Yeah,
horse riding
as you're
person
riding
and
alongside.
Yeah. We would if we could, but it's stuck.
There's a kind of engineer's assistant with him.
Yeah.
They're both dressed in those sort of stovepipe
Yeah.
hats and overalls and the striped shirts. You can see a sort of frantic whispering conversation.
I look as alarmed and as persuasive as I can muster.
Okay, you can see there's a speaking tube in the front of the train as well, and a sort of cord.
Yep.
You can see him. He pulls the cord and he says something into the tube. You can't hear it over the screaming of the ghost rock. But he turns back to you and shouts, "How far up ahead?"
Well, fella, I can see it from here. Can you? And then, sort of in the dark, you can just about make out the.
God damn it,
the
he says,
stagecoach.
and then he sort of gestures to the assistant.
Oh yeah.
Please!
Some kind of confused old man out there.
I'm hammered, by the way.
Okay, they have another frantic conversation, and you can see some back and forth, and there is one of them you can tell is making a motion like. He's like gesturing to the cars behind him, and he's like. This goes on for a little time, but then the other one goes, and he throws the brake.
Yeah, that's right. It's absolutely crammed full of women and children. The stagecoach.
So he throws the brake. The train does start to slow, and you also see him. He pulls a cord above the engine, and it dumps a huge sandbox over the ghost rock fire that's propelling the train. So the engine has been extinguished, the brake has been thrown, and it doesn't take long for it to come to a complete stop because it wasn't going very fast in the first place. So the train stopped. As the train stops, from the fourth carriage along, the one second from the back, a door opens, and you see 3 guards armed with repeating rifles. They jump down from the train, and they're holding these guns as if they mean business.
Okay.
So they are moving up the train.
What side are they moving up alongside the train? What side
Which
are they
side?
on? Are they on the
Rock
ridge side, or are they on
or
the forest side?
2 have gone one way, 1 has gone the other.
Okay, cool.
The one on the ridge side, he's just walking up on his own. The 2 that are coming up the other side of the train, they're moving towards you. There's one who I think you can tell just by looking at him is in charge. He says, "What's going on?"
I ride to I dismount. Fellas, I'm so glad you're here. We've managed to get ourselves stuck. Bit embarrassing on
He's
the
looking
track
around you.
up ahead.
He's like,
It's a novice stagecoach driver. You know how it is. We're
Yeah, I do
very
know how
sorry
it is.
about this. I thought you could help us get us off the track, and then you can be on your way.
"Just you, is it?"
Well, no, me and the driver and the passengers of the stagecoach.
All right.
While this is going on, how quickly and quietly can I get back down the ridge from, so if they're heading towards the front of the train, can I sort of circle back round and at least make my way towards the rear of the train? I don't know if there are any more guards, but
Yeah, you're doing the stealthily, right?
yeah, it'd be a stealth.
Yeah.
Stealth, I think.
Okay, give me a stealth roll.
All right, let me roll 2d6. That's a couple of 1s. That's a critical failure.
Snake eyes! Oh
Now,
dear.
what does snake eyes mean, Andy?
Well, that is a critical failure. That means disastrous consequences.
Shouldn't have drunk so much in my fury at the horses.
Oh, there he goes, blaming the horses.
Blaming the horses.
Always the goddamn horses.
That horse got me all drunk.
Okay, you try to move from behind the rock
Yep.
that you're at, but you accidentally kick and loosen a bunch of
No.
other stones.
Scree.
A bunch of scree falls down the. Yeah, a bunch of scree falls down the hill.
I assume I'm sort of following down it, trying to keep my footing or whatever. So
The guy on your side, he sees you immediately. The ones on the other side, they hear this too, and they snap round towards the sound. And in the carriage that the guards came from, you hear sort of talking from at least 2 other people inside the carriage.
right, okay, fine.
So everyone's just like, what was that noise? Yeah.
Goddamn horses!
Okay, the guard who sees you coming down is like, whoa, 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 whoa! Say your business, fella.
I was being pursued by a horse.
You was being pursued by a horse
Yeah,
up on that ridge.
yeah. They got it in for me. I don't know what to say.
How many people at this point have their rifles trained on
Just the one.
Okay.
Because
On my side of
on that side, yeah. The other 2, I think the leader of the two guards, he's going to tell the other one to go and check around the other side, and he's going to stay with you.
Okay.
So
Pale as the moon it was.
Wait.
Maybe you could shoot it for me? How convincing am I being? Probably not very.
Yeah. Let's find out.
I'm still riding the snake eyes.
As this happens, the other guard is going to come round, and now you have 2 rifles trained on you. Let's have a persuasion.
All right. Oh, God. Okay. That is a 6 and a 3.
Is the 6 a crit?
6. Keep going with the 6. That's a 1. 7.
Okay, so 1 success.
Yeah. It's like burning pitch. I'm telling you. That thing has it in for me.
Well, you need to get the hell away from this train right now. Because if you stay around here, I'm liable to think you're a train robber.
Okay.
Back up!
Well, all right.
I don't care what kind of horses they got up there. You get the hell away from this train right now.
Is it 3 rifles yet?
It's 2 rifles currently.
You didn't say the magic word.
Get the hell away from this train, please!
Right, I run away in the opposite direction.
Okay.
While he's running, I would like to try and sneak around, like, onto a quieter bit of the train. Like, the carriage, not the carriage where I heard the voices come from. But let's try and, like, kind of get one back on there.
Oh, the final carriage.
Yeah, see if there's anything in there.
Caboose.
Okay, well, yeah, do me a stealth roll to see if you can get past. So you're on the same side as Garnet and the guard leader.
Yeah.
Okay, do me a stealth roll to see if you escape notice by him.
No.
Remember, you can spend a Benny to re-roll if you want.
No.
Keep it going. Let him ride.
Got him.
Can't take him with you.
Oh.
What?
1 Benny left.
Oh. No, I've got 3. I got
You got a bonus.
Oh, yeah.
No.
That was not meant to be.
Wow.
Absolutely brutal.
Okay.
Shame.
The guard's leader is like, whoa, who are you?
I'm sorry, sir. I'm dreadfully lost.
We're in the middle of goddamn nowhere.
I'm trying to
There's
get...
people coming out of every side.
Well, I'm sorry, sir, but not all of us can afford to travel by train, and I have to walk to Brittlebrook.
You don't know her.
I've never seen her before in my life.
And you don't know whatever owl hoot that is on the other side of the train.
I'm still sprinting out into the...
I ain't seen any owls in my travels.
I don't like this one bit. I don't like this at all. You come with me.
Where are we going?
I'm taking you on the train. I'm taking you into custody until we get into Brittlebrook.
No, I really got to get my stagecoach unstuck.
We will investigate the stagecoach once I have you in my sights inside the carriage. Now come with me. Cocks the rifle.
So
There it is.
right now, Silas is like
Silas is running off.
in
The lights. Yeah.
There are rifles trained on both.
There's
E-
a rifle trained on these 2. But I think the other 2 who have seen off Silas are going to be making their way around.
Okay.
I just want to start crying. Like, Edie's just going to be like, I'm just trying to get to where I need to go. And you're pointing a gun at me?
You can explain it to the law at Brittlebrook. Now get on the train. Fellas, I need help over here.
I'm sorry, what kind of magical train does this have to be that I can't walk past and get across and out this way?
It's the kind of train a lot of people would like to rob, lady. Now get in the carriage.
I did not know that.
The other 2 have made their way around.
Can I shoot Garnet a look? Shoot
Garnet.
Can I shoot Garnet? Can I shoot Garnet a look? I just want to get a read on you as to whether or not you think that Nate and I should allow you 2 to be taken onto the train, or if you would prefer that to not happen.
And just make a subtle gesture, like, easy there, like, steady on, and
Yeah, fine.
we want to be on the train. Outside
Yeah,
the bit, we want to be on the train.
Yeah, okay. Yeah,
Good
you're right.
way as any of getting on the train.
No worries.
Actually, it's not an optimum way of getting on the train, but...
Okay, so the guards are going to lead you into the carriage. They have a sort of holding area in there for, for locking people up, I guess. So it's not like a jail, but it has a sort of cage door that they've got you in.
Oh, they've closed it?
They haven't closed it yet.
Okay.
They're loading you into there.
Okay.
I assume I've got to a point now where I can sort of dive out of sight. You know, there's a divot or something like...
Yeah, they've been well enough distracted by this that they've sort of not forgotten about you, but they bought you a story about being a weird horseman. So you're kind of back of mind.
All of it.
Yeah.
You're kind of back of mind at the moment.
Now, I will admit, it's an unlikely situation. A lot of people coming together on your stopped train. But what kind of train robbers would we be? I've never met this woman before. Neither of us are masked or particularly well armed.
You never should have worn masks.
You think we've never seen a crying
A
woman
card
or,
dealer and a saloon girl.
or an old man or a weird boy?
Weird.
Really?
You'd be surprised the tactics these
Crying women.
use, lady. Now get it. So the cage that he's putting you in it's clearly not for people. It's more for valuables. It's for like locking.
I'm not getting in there.
Gold and things in. He has a rifle, so he's telling you to get in there.
It's probably
I have
humidity
you say,
controlled.
I have an important meeting in Brittlebrook.
Well,
And
good. You'll be there soon.
No, but I cannot show up as a just taken by the law. I'm here for an important interview.
You rather show up dead?
How many people are in this
I'm glad to
carriage with us?
persuade.
Okay, so yeah.
Sorry. Persuade.
Maybe
bad,
rolling some dice.
Yeah. But just as a situational thing.
As a situational
how many
thing,
people
so
are
you-
in this?
So yes, let me give you the layout of the carriage you're currently in. So this is clearly
guard
the
carriage.
guard carriage.
Right.
There is the cage in the corner of the room, which is for placing valuables and things. It was empty. Now they're trying to get you to go in it, and there are 5 guards.
Okay. And this
There's
is the
the
windowed carriage towards the back
This
of
has
the train.
windows.
Okay.
It's the
Penultimate one.
Penultimate carriage. Yeah, and there are 5 guards in here.
Have I seen them being led in?
Yeah,
Right.
yeah, you would have seen that.
And now is there anyone towards the back of the train?
Are you checking out the final carriage?
Yeah, I'm checking out the final. Let's do it. Let's
Okay,
do it.
give me a notice roll.
Sure. That's another snake eyes.
Oh, what?
Okay,
ones.
as you're running, you turn your head to sort of look through the window of the carriage to scope it out, which
Yeah.
means you aren't really paying attention to where you're running, and you run heavily into a tree.
Goddamn horses! Bane of my existence.
Yeah, so,
I shout that probably as well.
yeah.
The horse guy's back. Okay, so do I take a wound for that?
Whoa.
I'm not going to make you take a wound for
Okay.
that, but just,
Injured pride.
think about what you've done.
I did step on Edie trying to persuade someone there, so I just want to.
Oh no, that was. I just think he wasn't taking the bait.
Okay.
This is, these guards are hired for the specific purpose of protecting this train. They're seasoned guards. They've seen a lot of train robberies in their past, and they know that any deviation from the schedule, anything that seems unusual, people who are having like carriage trouble and things like that, these are all classic train robbery techniques. So they are extremely used to this stuff, and they've seen it all before. So the fact that you're saying you need to get to Brittlebrook, I don't think would even entertain the notion, because you are going to Brittlebrook, and you can explain it to the sheriff there. It's an entirely reasonable position.
I will be explaining to the sheriff how you've treated me.
Good. I look forward to hearing about it. So 3 of the guards are now the guard leader. He gestures to them and he says, "You go and clear that carriage off the tracks." So the contingent of 3 guards is now moving up the tracks towards the carriage. The guard captain and one of the other guards are in the carriage with Garnet and Edie.
All right. 3 guards outside train, 3 guards inside train.
2 guards inside train.
2 guards inside train.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, beans.
Am I dazed and sort of by the side of the I didn't even make it to the train, presumably.
You're basically now parallel with the final car in a crunched up bone heap.
Okay, fine.
Tree.
I'm
So
gonna dust myself off. And is there a way to scale the side of the train?
there's
Is it like a ladder or?
there's a ladder to get up onto the roof. There is also that observation balcony at the back. That's got a little step up to it. So
Sort of like to be on the roof if I can be.
Yeah.
Can I climb up the ladder, please?
Yeah, are you going to be doing this stealthily? I mean, you still don't know if there's anyone in this final car.
Yeah, I don't at all. Yeah, let's
you can do another. You can have another go at looking in it. I mean,
it went so well last time.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess I'll try and stick my head up through and just see if there's a window and see if I can see what's going on.
All right, give me a notice roll.
That is a 5.
Okay.
And a 1.
Yeah, that's a 1 success.
Yep.
Okay, so you're looking in the window of the.
My hat comes up. I'm
Yep.
doing the squint.
Nice. All right. So you're looking in the observation car.
Yep.
So this car has sort of large floor-to-ceiling windows. Has the back deck that I talked about that's open for people who want to look at the countryside as the train goes. Looking through the window, you see 3 people in this carriage. They're not dressed like guards. They don't appear to be armed. If you had to guess, considering the purpose of the train, you would say they are some sort of museum staff, curators, perhaps.
Right.
Several of them are poring over books and sort of making notes, and one of them is working away at a desk in this carriage. He's got like a sort of stack of papers, and he's just writing. They all seem quite immersed in their work. I mean, I think probably they imagine anything to do with the running of the train is
someone else's job,
someone else's business. They're not in immediate danger, so I imagine they're just like.
Are there any valuables that I can see?
No, it's mostly like
books.
Yeah, doesn't appear to be where they're keeping any of the treasure stuff.
Right.
But yeah, it's just a lot of books and papers. There's like a sort of a bar area where people can get drinks and things. But it just seems like a sort of like nice place to spend a train ride.
Right. Okay. Interesting. All right. And in terms of like, is there like a hatch on the roof or anything like that, or is it completely enclosed?
The roof, yeah, all the carriages are enclosed on the roof. They have because the thing with this carriage particularly is that the windows curve around at the top.
I see. Got it.
So yeah, to give the panoramic views.
So if I was on there, they'd definitely see.
I mean, you could try. They are all engrossed in their work, and there are blind spots between the windows. It's not like full glass.
Okay.
So, yeah,
I'd like to be on top of the train. So I'm
okay. Well, the ladder doesn't go across a window. There's a panel there. So yeah, if you'd like to try that, give me a stealth roll.
Yep. That is a couple. Oh no, 6 and a 3.
6 and a 3.
No, it was good.
The curse is broken.
So I'll roll my 6 again. That's a 1. So 7
The
overall.
curse is
7 overall. So
reinstated.
that's
The curse came back.
well, describe how you get across.
So as quietly as I can, I sort of climb up the. Well, I sort of down low, stay hunched, climb up the ladder, and then just try and stay low on the top of the train as well, because I figure if they look back along the train, if they see a guy just sort of standing up there like gibbering about horses, it's probably gonna be bad. So so I'm gonna stay low, and I'm gonna try and work my way along the train. I don't actually, I think I failed my notice roll, so I don't think I know which carriage they're in, so I think I'm going to have to just sort of work my way along the roof and maybe, I don't know, like try and listen in or something like that.
All right, well, currently you are on the roof.
Yeah,
you're low. No one has
flat.
seen you,
Yeah.
and no one underneath you has heard you clattering around up there.
Perfect.
All right, let's go back to Lacey and Nate.
Right, so I'm on top of the carriage, and you're Nate's. Where are you
Just
now?
kind of
You're
leaning up against
leaning
the
up.
carriage.
All right, and three guards with rifles. One of them's the head guard.
No, the head guard is in with.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
3 guards are slowly approaching.
What the hell's going on here? Move this carriage immediately.
Oh, Beans, we've been trying.
Well,
The horse is bolted and it's all stuck.
okay, well, there's 3 of us, and you fellas, we can get this carriage moving right away. Come on, let's get this off the tracks.
Okay.
What do you do with it after that's none of my business. Come on.
All right.
Everyone get around the back and we'll all lift at the same time.
Can I hop back obediently and kind of move round to the back and just sort of basically like stand in the middle and just try and lift it like I'm gamely trying to lift it, but I'm teeny tiny. I'm not helping, and I'm probably taking up valuable space that a grown man could be occupying one of these dudes. So I'm hoping that they'll, shoo me away.
Okay.
Similarly, I'm old and hammered, so my plan is just to be as in the way as possible
Okay.
and do as little helping as humanly possible. Oh, beans!
Okay, let's have a performance roll out of you two.
My least skilled skill.
So performance is a different skill to persuasion.
Yes.
Okay. Fine. I mean, not fine. So I don't have it at all. So
Yeah,
that's
so you're untrained in performance.
untrained. So that's a -2 to.
It's a D4 with a -2 penalty, yeah.
All right. Oh, good. That's a 4.
4 on the 4.
4 on the 4. 4 on the 4. Yes. That's an 8, which only gets me to a 6. 4 on the 4.
Wow.
Exploding dice.
4 on the 4.
No.
1.
Okay.
So what? I lost count. Was that
Exit.
16?
It was 4 raises. Yeah.
So okay. So that's 16 minus 17 minus 2.
It's
So,
15.
yeah. Okay.
So,
All
it's-
right.
I mean, it's a spectacular success.
Okay.
And
I will be spending a penny. That's a pair of 2s. The old pair of 2s.
okay, well, I think DeLacy is doing such a spectacular job. The
They don't
3.
notice your beans is extremely
Beans! I
unconvincing.
was standing next to the car,
Beans.
just
Okay,
yelling beans.
Yeah, your performance was bad, but it was extremely irritating. Your performance is great, and the 3 guards, they're like, oh, for God's sake, we'll do this ourselves. Get out of here. Get out of here, kid. And you, old man. You go stand over there. We'll move this cart.
Okay.
As soon as we're behind them, I want to draw on them.
Okay.
And I want to loudly cock it. Freeze!
Okay, they turn around and they see you with the gun. Describe what DeLacy looks like holding this gun.
Well, it's
Out
a
of proportion.
out of proportion. There's a kind of foreshortening effect. I suppose. The gun is large, looks unstable in his sort of like an unbalanced in his noodly arms, but isn't. He's very good at this. And I just want to sort of like move it slowly across all of their eyes and say, "This here weapon's called Rooster. You want to know why she's called that?"
Is it because you just cocked it?
That's better. That's better than what I was gonna say.
The men did all put down their rifles to move the cart, which,
Yeah.
in hindsight, they're starting to realise was maybe a bad idea. I think it's
Stupid
possible
idea.
that they underestimated you two from your
Yeah,
appearance.
that's right.
So,
Because when it crows, I know it's gonna be a beautiful day.
I'm gonna draw my shotgun just because that was so cool. This
Son,
is
that's an
my
awful-
gun.
that's an awful big gun for a little fella like yourself. What are you doing with a smoke pole like that?
You wanna find out?
They
On
sort
your
of-
knees, everyone on your knees.
There's some, because they don't have their guard captain with them, there's some sort of uncertainty
Yeah.
from them. They're sort of, you see one of them look to the rifles and he's doing some mental calculus. And he's looking at you two and he's like,
Tell you what. Go. I won't stop you. You get one chance. Go for it.
roll me intimidation.
A skill I don't have.
Yeah, but come on.
4 on the 4.
Here we go.
2. So that's 6 minus 2
a
for
success.
a barely
Yeah.
pass.
He takes another lingering look at the rifles. He's like, okay, kid, okay. Don't nobody have to die.
Tie him up.
Okay, he goes and is there some rope?
Not my problem.
Guy's taking his shirt off to tie that.
Do you have any I looked at Nate.
There's all the tack
As
on the
if to say-
carriage. You know, the
Oh yeah,
the leathers and
You see Nate visibly trying to work out the logistics of untying a bindle while keeping a double-barreled shotgun trained in his bed. Kind of just swaying like,
You rest it on the cartwheel while you take
oh,
it.
there we go. Yeah, I'm gonna do that and sort of start trying to undo my bindle with one hand. There's probably some rope in there.
Okay, cool. Well, you're going to throw that to the guys so they can... Okay, well, the one that you were talking to, he ties up the 2 other guards, and then he's like... Now what?
Time up.
Oh. I'm gonna sort of lower the hammers on my shotgun, sort of loop it over my shoulder, and I'm gonna go time up.
Okay. Yeah, that shouldn't be too hard. It's pretty standard thing to do in the Old West, hog tie a fella.
Yeah.
So these men are now arms behind their backs. They're all sat by the side of the railroad, looking extremely annoyed and disappointed in themselves for...
We gotta get Garnet and Edie out of that train.
I happen to agree.
We could ask them to call out to their fellas, their peers, the other guards.
Well,
Yes, but I don't need to.
I want to lean into one and be like,
oh, what's your name, son?
Amos?
much obliged, Amos. I'm just gonna stroll down towards the carriage, and I'm gonna that's phenomenally stupid. And I've started talking now. Oh, I was gonna say Amos needs a hand with the cart, but that will just bring people to the cart.
We could get one of them to shout it.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, we'll go with your plan.
Yeah.
You. Say what he said. Loud.
What?
The cart is a good deal heavier than you were expecting, so you could do with some additional assistance. Maybe if they also bring some rope. For pulling.
JP! Ned! We need some help up here. Bring some rope. Inside the carriage with you two, you see the guard captain and the other guards. They hear this and they're like, "Okay, Amos needs a hand. You need both of us, Amos." Looks at you. Yep, stuck pretty bad in here.
And forget the rifles.
Bold.
Okay,
I suspect the threat of shooting 3 of their friends would be enough to dissuade them from any violence.
Okay, so
So when the guards come out, I guess we want them to step into a tableau of us very threateningly, sort of.
Looking delighted,
yeah. So you two are locked in the money cage. You're on the roof, and these 2 guards, they grab their repeaters, and they're going to walk down out of the carriage, around the corner. They're, alert, and they look towards the carriage. What do they see?
Well, I suppose they see the carriage. In front of the carriage, there are 3 guards sort of on their knees, like hands tied behind their back, and we're stood either side, pointing our guns at them.
A filthy old man, just covered in grime, and a child.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's very important. That's
because you can point your shotgun at them, right? And so it's I'm just gonna point my gun at them, and then you guards who are coming out.
What in the hell?
Freeze!
Intimidation?
Come on, D4.
My luck's gonna run out at some point here. 2 and a 3.
Okay. You got any bennies you want to spend, or?
I got 2 bennies. Come on. 3 and a 6.
Right.
Better luck.
6 plus 1, so that's
One success.
7 minus 2. Yeah, so 5. Another just almost just success.
Okay, you can tell he knows he's going to be in a lot of trouble for this, but he sees his boys all tied up.
Miss Garnet, you okay in there?
We're okay.
I don't know who you rightly are,
So
Oh,
but
okay.
thank you.
Okay, he
Stay in the course.
Evie's hedging her bets. Might want to
either way.
genuinely dissociate
Turn him into the bounty. The inevitable bounty.
Wait, could you summon to spring us from this cage?
I'm going to drop down from the roof. Like, I assume they're sort of far enough away now that I can, and there's enough commotion going on up at the front that I can drop down and head into the carriage, which I assume they're in because the guards both came out of that carriage.
Yeah, the guard carriage is now empty,
Yep.
except for these two who are in the money cage. Okay, so the guards do lower their rifles. And,
One of you got a key?
it's in the carriage.
That was foolish.
Not within arm's reach of the cage, old man.
Do you?
Am I hearing this as I drop down?
Probably.
Well, there's an easy way to find out. Oh, did you bring the rope?
Throws you the rope.
Much obliged. You cover them and I'll tie them up. Hog, 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 tie, tie, tie.
Hog, 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 tie, tie, tie. Right, all 5 guards are now tied up on the side of the railroad. How have you tied them? Arms, legs?
Hog-tied.
So they're hog-tied, they're on their front,
Yeah.
hog-tied. Right, got it.
Oh, right,
I was
cool.
about to say full hog, but that's not what I mean.
The whole hog.
The whole hog, that's the one.
Okay, the guards are all tied up now.
Pat, 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 where is key?
It seems they were telling the truth. The key is hanging on a hook by the door in the guard carriage.
Have I spotted this as I enter the guard carriage?
Well, you heard them shouting about it, so
Yeah,
you
I
cast your eyes around, and there is indeed I mean, you saw them lock it and place the key.
Yeah,
there,
I
so
could have told you that.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I'm going to, grab the key, unlock the cage.
All right.
Why hang around?
Okay.
Ladies.
Hey, thank you.
You folks are free. You two are free to do what you want, and there are 5 hog-tied guards wriggling and writhing.
All right. Do we know if there's anyone else on the train?
There's the guys in the rear carriage, the observation car. But they seem very involved in their work.
Yeah, we don't know who they are, do we? Just
We suspect
two
they're
engineers.
curatorial staff, museum
There's
folks.
the engineer and the train driver who, I don't know, are presumably keeping a low profile as all this kicks off.
They've seen,
yeah,
yeah.
them.
So they've seen all this happening, and as seasoned train drivers, this is not their first train robbery.
Yes.
They don't work for the museum. They don't care about the treasures. They care about not being murdered by train robbers. So you haven't actually seen them for the past 10 minutes. But
They're not going to try anything.
yeah, I imagine if you search the caboose, you'd find them sort of hunkered down there having a smoke. So
Waiting for it all to blow over. Fine. Should we push on into the next carriage and see what's in there?
I think we'll stay here to maintain the tremendous amount of leverage that we have.
Yeah, stay outside.
you can stay outside. Okay, so
Just want to keep a lookout as well, you know. Just like
right, so the door leading through to the back car, that doesn't have a window in it or anything. So the people in that carriage, as far as they're aware, some sort of stop. It's not really any of their concern. You can hear like a faint gramophone music coming from there as well, which I think is helping to disguise.
Yep.
So they're just working away in there. The carriage that you're in right now, the guard carriage, at the far end of the carriage there is a door leading through to the next one, but the carriage in front of that, which was the first of the windowless ones, that doesn't have a door in the normal sense of a train carriage. This is more of a, you looked at it from the outside, it was windowless, but it also seemed to have a sort of more of a metal covering, as did the one in front of it. It seemed more like a freight car, I guess you would describe it as. And this one has it's like a sort of roll top door that rolls up from the bottom.
Right. And is
So
that on the
it's like-
side or on the...
That is on the front of the train. There does appear to be a side door, but that looks more like a much larger door that sort of slid across that way.
Okay.
So yeah, you are faced with this door, which is...
Is it secure?
It's secured, yes, with a combination padlock. Large, heavy one.
Okay. I try 1, 2, 3, 4 just in case.
Okay. Is there a blind luck skill?
aren't you always doing that? Isn't that what the
That's just a roll. Yeah.
Would that count as common knowledge that some people just are too lazy to enter a proper combination?
Yeah. Yeah.
I only have a D6. I know basic in that.
Yeah, but
anyway.
do this at enormous disadvantage.
Okay.
Yeah, -4 to this.
Enormous disadvantage.
All right. So gonna crit it. That is it's a 3 and a 4.
3 and a 4.
That seems fair.
So I try 1, 2, 3.
It's not 1, 2, 3, 4.
God dang.
How is this the horse's fault? Everyone else.
I'm trying to think of a way for it to be the horse's fault. That's what I'm now distracted with. I'm like, surely the horses are involved in something.
All right, who would know this combination? Guards outside?
It sounds like they've got them.
If you need something from the guards, we can facilitate that.
Yeah, I hop down off the train and saunter over to the. Oh, hey, good work.
Evening, Miss Garnet.
Evening. Fine job you've done here.
And yourself.
Well, that's very kind of you to say, but I was locked in a cage for most of it. Which of you guards? There are 5 guards, all tied up. Which of you guards knows the combination to the lock on the
I just want to
on
be
the rearmost carriage with the roll top door?
I just want to idly be doing gun tricks while this question is asked.
Okay, several of them are very impressed. They sort of looks at each other, and then the guard captain says, "None of us know the combination. That's the curators in back.
Fellas,
We're not allowed near the treasures. We're just here to be muscle."
if I find out later that you knew this code, it's going to go very
Maybe
poorly
walk all
for
the way
you.
to the back of the train.
We were expressly not given the code.
All right. I'm just saying, you've already humiliated yourself enough today, so what's one more humiliation? You sure no one wants to save me the walk and tell me the...
He's really struggling against his bonds at this point. You can tell he's not happy about this situation.
Well, I'm sorry for your troubles, and I walk back onto the train. We're going to need the combination from the museum staff.
They're in the back.
All right, they've been awfully quiet.
I will handle this with subtlety and tact.
Oh, boy.
Go march in to the carriage with the curators.
You could have just walk onto the carriage.
Open the door. Presumably there's a door. Presumably it's not locked. And there's a room with 3 guys in, right? Real
Yeah.
book reading types.
Well, there's 2 young women who are working away in the back, and then there's an older woman who is sat at the desk.
Okay.
She's working away on some papers. Hi.
All right,
Hello.
folks. Time to
what's
save
the-
yourself
what's the
some
hell-
trouble
Excuse me?
and give me the combination to the treasure car. This is a robbery. No one needs to get hurt.
Oh gosh.
Combination, please.
The combination to the lock.
Numbers.
What will you do with the things, the objects, the
We're just
artifacts?
borrowing
But
a single object.
they belong in a museum, not in
Why
your
are they in the
dirty
train
pocket,
then?
you rascal.
Listen, lady. Don't make me explain the cage. The cage of rage.
Okay, excuse me, the cage of rage.
I slam my fist down the table. Give me the damn combination!
Intimidation roll.
Yeah.
Do it.
Weirdly, I don't have intimidation, so I'm going to roll at disadvantage. That is a... Ooh, there's a 6 there. There's definitely a 6 there and a 4. So.
Okay, this is the
Roll
6 of crit.
again. And a 2.
Okay. Fine. It's 1, 2, 3, 5.
God damn it! Any of you horses in disguise. He's clutching his straws here.
An odd man.
I'd like you to come and enter the combination.
And to the... Okay.
Yep.
Okay. Fine. Just promise me you'll take care of the things. It's very
I'll
old.
look after them, okay?
Very old, very valuable. A lot of historical... Never mind. So you're taking her up to the 3rd carriage along?
Yep.
Okay, she enters the combination on the lock. The lock pops open.
Yep.
And then the door is now, you can raise it all the way
Amazing.
up to the top. Okay?
Thank you kindly.
I hope you get what you deserve.
One more thing. What is the least valuable thing in this car?
They're all immeasurably valuable, you heathen.
Measure them. What's the least valuable?
They are all priceless beyond measure.
Yeah, but there's priceless and there's priceless.
You couldn't sell one of these things if you tried. They're all world-famous artifacts.
Anything less world famous? Maybe just the Americas.
No! So, wonders of the ancient world, you rascal.
I'm really trying here, lady.
Well, you'll have to try without me, she says.
Fine.
She's
All right. I kind of scout around. Essentially,
well.
I don't feel good about stealing.
What did
it kind
it
of
look
goes
like?
against my sort of core tenets. So I'm looking for something that looks rubbish, basically.
What did it look like?
Well, at the moment you can't see anything. This
Right.
carriage is completely pitch black. There's a little light leaking in from the doorway.
All right.
And it's you can see there's some sort of promotional materials for the upcoming exhibition.
Okay.
Which sort of leaning against the walls, things like that. What would you like to move further into the carriage? Would you like to take a look?
Yeah, there's no like oil lamps or anything in the... I don't suppose I've got anything to light them. I should have brought matches.
Does anyone have a lantern or light or matches or anything like that?
He had a lantern back on the stagecoach.
I got dynamite.
Oh.
I think I think I have some matches on me. So
Cool. If you want to strike a match, you can see a bit further into the gloom now. On the wall, you see it's like a plaque that's fixed in. It's a sort of, it looks like the carriage designation, and you look at that and it says livestock on the wall.
Livestock.
And then underneath that, you can see a poster from the exhibition. And it's a sort of very elaborate sort of carnival fairground style poster.
Does livestock include horses?
it can do.
So you take a look at this poster, and it says, come see the amazing creature, 8 feet tall, displays human-like intelligence, the king of the Cascades. See, the fearsome Sasquatch. And then you hear a sort of low roaring sound coming from the other end of the carriage. And I think we're going to go into combat.
Oxventure presents Deadlands will return after these messages from our sponsors.
Also available now, Oxventure playing cards. Check the link in the description of this video for these premium playing cards. As you can see, each card has an Oxventure design on the back, and then all the suits. There's the Joker. They slide air cushionedly like a cloud. Perfect for dealing deadly hands of poker or for amateur magic. There you go. Where did it go? Who knows? Anyway, Oxventure playing cards available now. Check the link in the description. Silas, you are now in the livestock car with a Sasquatch. We are going to go into combat initiative because this Sasquatch is mad at you specifically.
Oh.
Is anyone else going to join Silas?
So it doesn't think I'm freeing it then?
Yeah, I guess. Because I'm in the room as well.
Is this just a loose Sasquatch inside this carriage?
Seems quite uptight, actually.
Is it busted out of the safe? Is it like
This is the livestock car, so this
Oh right,
Just-
yeah.
this
okay.
car is just for the
Right.
transportation
Okay.
of the Sasquatch.
Right.
If you look at the poster,
Yeah.
it does appear that the museum exhibition is a.
There's a Sasquatch on this poster. Oh,
The leaflet that in fact that Victoria gave,
Right.
if you leaf through it, you see that it's a display of wonders of the ancient world, treasures of the modern world,
I had
and
imagined
wonders
someone
of the
wrote
natural
it.
world. And it does advertise several things, including a Sasquatch, as part of the exhibition.
Wonders of the ancient world makes
Okay,
me think,
next time read the
statuary and paintings and.
Yeah, I was thinking that, yeah.
Well, I'm outside the train. I would still like, if I'm allowed, I would still like to enter initiative order.
Do you hear
Yeah,
a
we
bell?
would have heard the roar, right?
You hear
Yeah,
the roar,
yeah, yeah.
and it's like,
On alert.
do you shout anything? when you hear
Yes. Get in here!
this? Okay.
I think, yeah.
Everyone?
They're hogtied. We've
Yeah,
got
that's
bigger
fine.
problems right now.
Yeah, right.
Bigger, hairier problems.
Exactly.
They might, I don't know. They were trying to sort of wriggle free. I could, but
Yeah,
you know what?
they
Bigger
do that.
problems, like you
I
said.
tell you what, I'll stay back and gun butt all of them until they're unconscious.
Wow.
Sometimes the old ways are the best.
Okay, right. The way that initiative works in Deadlands is that I will deal cards to each player, and the higher your card is, the higher up in the initiative order you are. So
Okay.
we'll make our way around. Johnny?
So I have a hindrance which is called hesitant, so I actually get 2 cards and I must take the lower.
Okay.
That's a jack, which would have been great.
So that's a jack and a 9
Oh, okay, not so bad.
for Johnny. That's okay. So we will remove the jack.
Thank you kindly.
Helen, a king.
Ooh.
There we
Well,
go.
I'm right next to it.
Silas,
Panic mode.
a queen.
Nice.
I have an edge called Quick, which means that if the action card is 5 or lower, I can discard and redraw.
Okay. It's
Very nice.
Oh, okay.
Come on, King.
Garnet, 5.
Not boo.
And the Sasquatch is a 7.
Ha.
Okay, the Sasquatch roars in the train carriage. Anyone who has made a study of natural history, you know that Sasquatches are generally quite private creatures. They tend to keep to themselves in the woods, live in harmony with nature. This one appears to have been torn from its habitat and placed into this travelling museum exhibition, much to its chagrin. So it is angry, it is pissed off.
Doesn't like humans much.
You look like the people who put him in the first place. So yeah, this is an angry Sasquatch, and it's in the carriage with you. Edie, you're up first.
Okay. Well.
How big is the Sasquatch?
It is. Yeah, it's advertised at 8 feet, and looking at it, you think that's on the money. It's a
Honest advertising.
Yeah, it's 8 feet tall. It's covered with a thick fur coat of sort of greying brown fur.
Yeah. And of course, here in the Weird West, it's notable, but it's not an actual creature of only myth and legend.
No, you are aware that these exist. They generally keep to the sort of Pacific Northwest, the Cascade regions.
Okay.
Sort of, up near this sort of Seattle area. That's where they're usually found. So this one is out of habitat. It's probably not used to this heat as well.
Okay.
Well, I'm terrified, and it's huge, and it looks like a monster, so I'm gonna shoot it.
You can shoot it, all right. Cool.
Yeah. And I'm very I'm sorry, but I don't want you to murder me.
It's like shooting a big, angry, giant panda on the way to the zoo.
Yeah. All right, Edie, I want you to roll your shooting skill against a flat 4. You're just looking to beat a 4.
Okay. Okay, there's a 4 and a 5.
Okay, so you
So
do a
I've
5.
got a 5.
Yep,
Yeah.
that is a success. Now you're going to roll the damage for what weapon are you using?
I'm using a little derringer.
Aww.
Because this is my first panic shot. And I'm like,
Great.
Sorry, I don't mean to laugh, but that's objectively funny.
Okay, you're rolling your toughness. You're rolling your damage against the Sasquatch's toughness.
Okay, that's 2d4, so that's 2 plus 1, that's 3.
Okay, that does not beat the Sasquatch's toughness. Okay, describe what happens.
So I just go, and then,
And you just,
and it just, ding, 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 ding.
and the Sasquatch just goes towards you like that. He's now looking at you.
Hi there, I'm so sorry. You startled me. Oh, Lord.
Okay, next up.
Me. It's me.
All right, Silas, what you got?
Well, I've got a pair of Colt Peacemakers on my belt. One of them is shiny, the other one's looking a little more rusted. And I whip them both out and I can shoot them because I have 2-gun kids. I can actually fire them both.
As a multi-action without a penalty.
Without any kind of multi-action penalty.
All right, so you're going to do 2 shooting rolls.
2 shooting rolls, indeed. And I have a D8 in shooting.
Great.
So I'll roll 2 of those. Can I borrow a D8 from you as well?
She may.
Okay. Oh no, it's a wild card. Sorry, isn't it? It's
So
D6.
D8 and D6 and you do it twice.
D8 and D6. Right. Okay.
You want to roll 2d8s.
I'd love to roll. That's a 3 and a 5. One success.
One success, so 1 gun will hit.
Yeah, 1 gun will hit. Second one, that is a 6 and a 6
Whoa,
Well, that
nice.
means you've aced this D6.
I've aced the D6. Yeah.
Re-roll.
So I roll
Again.
the D6 again, and that's a 4.
Okay,
Very
so
nice.
that's how many raises?
Success and a raise on one of the guns, and just a success on the other gun.
Okay, so you're going to roll your damage
Yes.
on the first gun. The raise, what does that do to damage?
That's a D6.
Okay, you're going to roll your damage on the first
Yep.
gun, and then you can add a d6 to the second
Great.
damage roll.
Okay, I'll roll the
Raise.
first one, which is 2d6 plus 1 for damage. And that is a 3 and a 4, and those get added together, right? So that's 7 plus 1 is 8 damage for the first one.
Okay.
And I'm rolling 3d6.
Okay,
for
that, I will tell you, that bullet has not exceeded the toughness of the Sasquatch.
Dang. Okay, well, fine. Let's hope that 3d6 do their magic. Plus 1, of course. That is a 6, and a 1 is 7, and a 5 is 12, plus 1 is 13.
13,
Roll the
all
6
right.
again.
I roll a 6 again, yeah, of course. As another 6, so that's 19. And a 1, that's 20.
20. Okay. All right. So that has
Yeah.
obviously
Yeah.
exceeded the toughness of the Sasquatch. And 20, you say?
20.
Okay. The Sasquatch takes 2 wounds.
Whoa!
So yeah, explain what happens.
I fire with the first gun, and it kind of, doesn't. It kind of rebounds off the sort of shoulder blade of this monster, and I'm like, because this has happened, I'm like super angry now, and I'm like, right, this one's not working for me. Center mass with the other pistol, and I just fire it directly through, probably piercing 2 separate internal organs at once, like on its roots through the thing. I know in my heart that, like the force with which I've drawn the gun and fired hasn't had any effect on the velocity of the bullet, but it feels like it has.
Okay. Well, yeah, the bullet rips through the Sasquatch, which sort of reels around as the bullet strikes it.
Yep.
It like staggers down onto one knee. Its breathing becomes ragged, and it sort of lets out a pitiful howl of kind of fear and distress.
Yeah.
The Sasquatch is still alive, but it is messed up. So the Sasquatch is
Fine.
sad and angry.
Sad and angry.
Yeah. Who is next? It's Johnny.
It me. Any Sasquatch that's in distress. No, that stress. I kind of feel like I'm going to have to spend the whole turn like hooning it toward the carriage, right? Like I'm quite a long way away.
How far away were you? You were over by the...
I was by
the tied up folks.
So yeah,
fellas.
yeah, that's your...
Yep.
That's basically your turn. You're running towards the carriage, shotgun drawn.
Yeah.
Okay. Then we have Luke.
Obviously, I was in the same starting place as Nate. Do you reckon I can get there and act if I whistle for Humble Ned?
It would be a multi-action. So you'd be doing
I'd be doing
both
second.
actions at a penalty.
That's fine. Yeah. What the
Okay.
heck?
So the actions you want to do are running.
So first I just want to. So I'm like stood by the folk. I just want to whistle for Humble Ned, who will
Oh yeah, you can do that. That's
come straight galloping to me, and I just want to up onto Humble Ned and just past Nate.
Using that innate riding ability that you got.
Yeah, as I come up the side of the carriage, I want to lean down off the side of the horse, and
Whoa.
presumably there'll be a very brief window as I go past where the Sasquatch will be just visible as the angles change.
Okay.
And through that gap, I want to dome the Sasquatch, please.
fine. So that'll be a riding and a shooting roll with a -2 penalty to both.
Okay, so riding, I've got nothing in.
So that was...
It's Humble Ned, though. Humble Ned's not going to let me down. That's a 6. And a 3. So 6 exploded, just a 1. So that's a 7.
-2.
-2. Yeah, so
That's 5. That's a success on the riding.
All right, cool. And then
Now the
just
shooting.
Yeah, now for the shooting.
The
so,
easy part.
Now the easy part. So if I can't add marksman to this because it does say if not moving. Am I moving if I'm on a horse?
Yes.
Yes.
But I can soak some penalty. Am I at penalty for
You are at
this
penalty
shot?
for this
Okay,
shot,
so I can I remove that penalty if it's what was the penalty? -2.
-2. Yeah.
Okay. Is it called shots, cover, range, scale, or speed?
Sounds like a cold shot
Yeah, if you're trying to shoot the
through the gap.
Yeah, if you're trying to shoot the Sasquatch in the head with a cooled shot, that is an additional penalty, but you can soak it off.
Do I
But if you
need to shoot it in the?
You don't need to dome it.
I don't
You
need
just
to shoot
try
it in the head,
Just try
but
and
I
aim for it.
think he would try. And what are we doing if not role playing?
Fair.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're going for a cold shot to the head, which
yeah.
is a -4 penalty, and
Okay.
you're already taking a -2 penalty for the multi-action, so this will be -6.
-6, but it's actually only -4 because
Because you're soaking.
I'm
two.
soaking 2.
Okay.
Okay, and I can +1 to a shooting roll for trademark weapon, which is another of my edges.
Okay.
So it's only -3.
-3.
Okay.
That's
And
the most badass thing I've ever heard. Like, that's incredible.
and to shooting, my shooting is a D10.
Very nice.
So that's a D10 plus the wild. So come on, Humble Ned. That's a 6 and a 1. So neither of those is going to do it, right?
Yeah, -3 to the 6, that'll take it down to 3, which is not a success.
That's the last
again.
penny.
Yeah.
Last penny.
4 and a 3.
It's not going to do it, I'm afraid.
All
so
right, no worries.
you shoot. You
Who do you shoot?
You're on the horse. You're leading through the thing, and you fire at the Sasquatch. But unfortunately, the shot does go wide, and no, it ricochets inside the carriage, but doesn't hit anyone.
Damn! Oh, so annoyed. I really wanted that to work. So it goes.
Okay, it's the Sasquatch's turn.
We'll humble it around.
Okay, the Sasquatch is going to want to attack you, but it is shaken, so it'll need to make a spirit roll to see if it can unshake. Hey, a D10.
Oh my god.
Pretty good.
Really passionate about staying hidden in the woods.
Pretty good, Sasquatch.
Passionate about punching Silas's head clean off.
The Sasquatch, regrettably, is not a wild card, though. So
What, really?
it doesn't get a wild dice.
Oh.
Harry from Harry and the Hendersons would be. I
Yeah.
feel like.
Oh, yeah.
But this
your
is just
average
another Sasquatch.
Garden variety Sasquatch.
Okay, so I rolled a 5. So the Sasquatch has beaten the spirit roll. The Sasquatch is unshaken and can now act.
Okay.
So it is going to,
It's going to act.
it's going to just punch you
All right, fine.
with its big hands. That's
Okay.
another thing you could call this creature.
Big hands.
Big hands.
Big hands.
Everything, really. But
Okay, what's your toughness, Silas?
my toughness, I can
Wait,
tell you that.
no, it's parry because it's empty-handed.
My
So
parry's 5.
Parry is 5. Okay,
Oh.
so I'm doing a fighting roll for the Sasquatch. Okay, that's a 6.
Dang.
Does the head pop clean off, or?
Or is it more distended?
clean about
Flapping around on a neck. A lengthened neck.
Wow, so how are you feeling about all this dice rolling?
It's quite scary
Sounds-
hearing
yeah,
dice
yeah.
falling on the other side of a screen.
Yeah.
I don't like it.
So
Lay it on me.
that was an 11.
Oh!
So what was your
Toughness is 5.
toughness? Is 5. Okay, so that's exceeded and raised once.
Yes.
So you are shaken and you take 1 wound. So the Sasquatch winds up and slams a Buick-sized fist right into the center of your chest, and you fly back and you hit the back wall of the train carriage, and you sort of slide down it,
Okay.
dazed.
What does shaken mean mechanically?
So next roll, Mike has to do a spirit roll to remove the shaken status, otherwise he can't act. And if he is shaken, any additional exceeding of his toughness is an automatic wound as well.
Okay.
All right, Silas, you're wounded, you're shaken.
Yeah, I'm not surprised.
And now it's Garnet's turn.
All right, things are looking pretty desperate. This wounded Sasquatch is clearly very dangerous, and under different circumstances, Garnet may have concealed what she's about to do next. But it feels like we're in friendly company now. So what you see is Garnet takes out a deck of cards, a very old, antique deck of playing cards. And what you see is not very much happening, because Garnet is in fact a huckster, which is a kind of Weird West hex-slinging, more like a Weird West sorcerer. And in the instant where you don't see anything, she's entering a mental duel in her mind with a lesser demon. And in this card game, it's represented in her mind as a card game, as with all hucksters. And in her mind, she's playing a game of poker with this dark spirit, with this lesser demon. And she is gambling a portion of her soul in return for a portion of the lesser demon's powers. So if she wins the hand of poker, the demon does whatever she wants it to do. And if she loses the game of poker, well, a variety of not good things can happen.
Okay.
Right. So, in the business, we call this a deal with the devil, though it's not actually the devil with the capital D. It's
Just a devil.
Hey.
just a
devil.
devil.
Whoever's passing.
Okay, so what I'm
Deal
going
with
to
some
do
devil.
is, I've been shuffling this all game, so I'm going to assume they're shuffled. I'm going to deal myself a hand, 5 cards, and no more because I'm without grit right
Okay.
now. Okay. And then Garnet, in her mind, this is, in an instant. It's an ace, 4 of hearts, 3 of hearts, a 3, that's a pair, and a 2. This is what we call also in the business a pair. So that's a pair of 3s,
Okay.
which gets me 2 power points. And I'm trying to cast Burst.
Okay.
Okay. So,
Burst the Sasquatch.
right. What you see is a pair of mystically glowing cards materialize in Garnet's hand out of nowhere. And this is what I would normally conceal. And then she raises her second hand and casts what looks like the blast door on a furnace, kind of swinging open, and a shower of sparks and flame launch at the Sasquatch in a roughly cone-shaped shape.
Cool, okay.
And before that, I say you might want to stand back.
Do you have to roll for this?
I
or-
do. So now, this is an extensive process, but in universe, it takes a split second.
Sure.
So the demon agrees to cast Burst for me, 2 power points, a range of 18 yards, and I do a spellcasting roll for it.
Okay.
And it's still possible for a spell to fail after all of that.
Yeah.
That's a 6 on my 6. So
Yeah.
and that's a 5 on my 6. So that's an 11, which is a success
And a
with a raise. With a raise, a burst is going to do you 4d6.
4d6.
Yeah.
We're eating well tonight.
Okay. And it's to
But a
exceed toughness. Like
Sasquatch
a
for
gun.
everyone.
All right, give me your
Just do
d6s,
toughness.
please. Victoria didn't say we had to bring anything home alive, so I'm going to call that as a 6. So we'll put that over there for now. 5, 1, and a second 6. I'm going to roll the 2 6s again. And that is a 1 and another 6. So 3 6s. And would you believe it? That's a 3. So
In total?
3 6s. 6, 12, 18 plus 3, 21, 22, 23. Plus 5 is 28.
Yeah, the Sasquatch bursts. Just like
That's what it says on the tin.
gore and fur and bone just smacks against the inside of the carriage. Anyone inside is getting doused.
Not
in
me.
Sasquatch gore. But yeah,
You're running around
the
in circles doing horse donuts outside.
Sasquatch is thoroughly dead. It is exploded and all over the walls.
Alright.
There's going to be a lot of people with tickets to see the Sasquatch going to be very disappointed. Yeah.
Said to stand back, everybody.
I just go back to the 5 lads who are tied up.
Yeah.
I'm just presumably humble Ned heard the enormous reverberating boom of the exploding Sasquatch. So I just want to be like,
Easy, boy. It's sure it's all fine in there.
They're speaking now.
It's okay. It's all right.
It's all right. Sweet Delacey. You intuit from its names.
Am I shaking and I'm hearing horse conversation going on
Yeah, you're still messed up and now covered in gore. But,
and hearing horse voices?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, your shoulder is not where it should be.
removed.
But apart from that, you're able to get shakily to your feet and you're okay. You can carry on.
Okay, right.
Okay, so this carriage is now empty. There's like a
Wow.
tire swing, some hay.
Are there enough Sasquatch parts to, scrape together and take home to Victoria?
You mean like
This
take
is-
it on the road, like stitch it together and
No, just
This is unidentified.
Sasquatch.
You could have gone to the dumpster behind Victoria's and turned up at Victoria's with this.
Okay.
And yeah.
Is there another carriage full of other less animated treasures?
As you'll remember, there was another carriage, another windowless carriage similar to
Right.
this one further up the train.
Are we feeling lucky?
Yeah, sure.
maybe there'll be a mermaid in the next train. Do we have mermaids here?
Do we think it's the same combination?
It's
Or
probably
is
1, 2, 3, 6.
Yeah.
we give
Imagine.
1, 2, 3, 6 a try?
It's not 1, 2, 3, 6.
Is it
We
1, 2,
put
3, 5
5
again?
It is 1, 2, 3, 5 again.
Let's
You know
roll
what
that
to do?
shutter up.
Strike
I do it wincing with my shoulder. And
I
also
can
win-
do that.
It's fine.
Silence.
Wincing and also wincing at the thought of what might hit me when it opens.
This carriage, it's similarly dark, but there is sort of light. There's more light now. It's sort of the sun is up a bit
Right.
more. You can see sunlight streaming into the carriage. This one, you can tell immediately. This is the carriage that contains the treasures for the exhibition. So they've all been
read that pamphlet.
they've all been packed for transport. So they're sort of held in
Right.
wooden cages and stuff. But there is a lot of stuff in here. There's extremely large Egyptian sarcophagus. There's like an Easter Island head There's a huge crate of what is labeled dinosaur bones. Do you want to kind of have a look around? What are you looking for?
Something cheap, basically, like something or the least valuable looking thing. Because, like, you know, I'm committed to justice, and I'm feeling quite uncomfortable about the idea that we're stealing. Even if, like, the end goal is good, and that's how I'm justifying it to myself, I still don't want to be like, well, what's the most golden, jewel-encrusted thing in here? So,
Okay, so you're looking for something like...
it's like, you
cup
know,
of the
clearly an
carpet.
artifact, but nothing, like, too impressive.
Something light.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You gotta get this thing all the way back.
Yeah.
Something that can be
Something that
pocketed,
could be-
maybe.
Yeah.
I could do a notice roll if you want.
Could I do a notice roll?
Yeah, let's get a notice roll
I can get my
going.
D6 back.
Oh yeah.
We waxed
I'm gonna
the
say-
wheels
Ready?
for no reason.
Yeah, all right.
And again.
Yeah. Okay, got him.
28.
Okay. Notice rolls.
I'm guarding the fellas.
A good plan.
So I can't see
A
anything.
5 and a 1. So 1 success.
You got one success.
One
3 and a
success.
1. Didn't get any successes. I'm not
Okay,
expecting
so-
any.
Yeah, Edie, you cast your eye around. All the stuff that you're seeing is absolutely massive.
Yeah,
Like, we're
it's like-
talking, like these huge Egyptian sarcophaguses. There's like Renaissance statues made of marble. Like, this stuff's all super heavy. You two, you venture a little further into the carriage, and again, it's a lot of large stuff. But you do, on the shelf, there is a sort of it looks like a reliquary. It's like a box. It doesn't appear to have a lid. It's all fused into like a single piece.
Yep.
But it looks very old, but it's made of like wood, and there's like painted stuff on the outside, but no like jewels or anything. It looks, it looks smaller than everything else in this carriage.
All right. Seems like a sort of solid bet. Can I? Is it small enough that I can slip it into the pocket of a large coat? Or
Yeah, a large pocket on that sort of
duster.
yeah, on a duster you can slip it.
Yeah.
in,
So I'm gonna take that.
Okay. Everyone leaving all the other stuff alone?
Yeah, I don't really want to take anything that I don't need.
Okay.
Can I just look at Garnet, see what she's doing, and do what Garnet's doing?
So impressionable.
What is Garnet doing?
I can't fence any of this stuff. We can't fence any of this stuff.
Yeah, we can't fence any of this stuff.
Can I pat down all of the 5 guys to see if they have any money?
Sure.
Or tobacco?
Yeah, or tobacco, or pocket watches, or
Sure.
probably be thievery.
It would be, wouldn't it? Yeah, and this is extremely easy thievery.
Cool.
Because they're tied up.
They're tied up.
Yep.
So yeah, no
Small
penalties or
pocket
anything.
rummage.
Oh, great.
Just roll a
So,
thievery.
yeah, I don't have thievery, so normally -2, but
Yeah.
thank you, that's very kind. Well, that's a 4. And that's an ace. 6, so just a normal success.
A normal success. Okay, you get $8 and a small bottle of Pappy Van Winkle's Family Reserve bourbon. It's extremely fine bourbon.
I have a question. How volatile is ghost rock, and can it be handled at all?
It's extremely volatile. It can be handled.
Right. Without gloves?
Yeah, I think that's these fellas are stoking it with gloves and using a shovel. But
Yeah.
you can touch it. I wouldn't hang around it for prolonged periods of time.
All right. Maybe I won't take some then.
You're welcome to if you want.
Yeah. I don't know. It feels like something that might be useful to have around. As long as I don't hang on to it for too long.
Yeah. You're gonna take
I'll
how much
take-
ghost rock you taking?
Just a single thing from the tender, you know.
Mm-hmm.
I assume this stuff's like flammable and, you know, might be able to cause a distraction as well in certain circumstances. So, yeah, I'm going to pocket it and I'll try and keep it away from my vital organs when I get back.
The driver pokes his head out. It's like, is this robbery going to take much longer?
Almost done, pal.
Folks, let's focus up. What are we going to do here? There's going to be another train coming through any minute. I imagine.
Well, if you're suggesting we rob that one, frankly, I'm quite tired now. I feel like we've done enough here today.
Yeah, I agree. So what are we doing?
Oh.
Well, the stagecoach isn't really stuck, is it? It was never stuck.
No.
So
We have the horses tied up somewhere, don't we?
Yeah.
Don't know
Humble
why
Ned.
I'm
Just get Humble
reminding
Ned back, get him to pull the stagecoach away.
Switch right
and
out.
They can go, yeah.
These folks. Well, yeah,
Yeah.
alive.
Yeah.
Cool. All right.
Wow.
Yep.
Wisdom of the group. I love it.
That is a
We all take a moment to appreciate the sinister implication that DeLacy would have executed 5 guards.
I come out of the woods with with a horse I don't even care to name. And man, humble Ned shouldn't be attached to this brutal machinery. I'd like to.
You're going to set him free and we'll travel back half speed.
Am I going to set humble Ned free? No.
You're going to keep him forever?
Humble Ned doesn't want to be free.
All right, okay.
We formed a bond. We're not returning humble Ned either.
That horse is playing you. Mark my words.
This horse is playing me. You can call me a fiddle. Because I
You're
want
a
to be played.
fiddle.
I want to be played by this horse.
Okay. Right. Okay. Well, yeah. Let's ride back to.
Okay, so you're leaving the train where it is, you're leaving the guards tied up, and you're heading back on the stagecoach.
Sounds like it. Sounds like that's what.
Back to Creitz.
We can only hope that the next train along sees the train.
It doesn't slam directly into it.
Yeah.
You stopped it before the bend, so it is on a straight bit of track.
There you
I
go.
Pretty-
think the drivers will go and untie the guys. They'll sort it out.
Yeah, they'll
It'll be
poodle off
fine.
on their way and.
Yeah.
The drivers know the protocol. Wait until you're over the horizon, untie the guards, and
Yeah.
And then they'll tell everyone at where was it? Spittlefields. Brittlebrook. Yeah, it's who we are in all our faces.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're not wanted. But they've got to scrape up a whole Sasquatch first. They've got work to do.
it's going to take time. Okay, so you're riding back. Again, takes a few hours over the open prairie, but then your carriage rolls into the town of Creitz. Will you be returning it to no security deposit bill?
Well, I think I'd like to keep humble Ned back if that's okay, and maybe we just like.
How would everyone feel about if we said that humble Ned died?
Well,
I'm fine with a horse dying, so.
wouldn't you then have to keep the horse a secret
We'll disguise the
the
horse.
rest of your days?
Only from this guy.
I'm just saying, maybe we could buy the horse. I'm rich as I've ever been right now. I've got $8.
How much is a horse?
I'm going to metagame a second and say a horse is $150. If it's a good one. So,
Oh.
All right, I'd like to go up to the stable and say.
Welcome back. How was your trip?
Yeah, not very good actually. One of the horses died.
Damn this business model. Well,
What are you gonna do about your horse that died?
I'm gonna ask you for $150, young man. That's how much a horse costs.
Tell you what, you a gambling man?
I enjoy a flutter.
All right, I'll make you a wager.
Okay,
Wait, and I did.
Shooting contest.
All right,
I'm listening.
I fancy myself something of a marksman.
You, the marksman. What are you, 8?
Shoot.
That was very annoying.
What say? My Garnet, can I borrow that deck of cards?
you can borrow this other deck of cards.
Yeah, fine.
You throw it. Look, this is a brand new set. Look, it's still in its Wild West cellophane. Tell you what, you throw this up in the air, I'll even let you throw it. I bet I can shoot the eye out of the King of Hearts.
You.
Yeah, you right in the air, and if I make that shot, we waive the fee. No more questions asked. And if
you don't make the shot, what's in it for me?
this pistol.
Takes a look at the pistol. Describe it again for the benefit of.
It's a Remington new model army revolver. It's been customized by DeLacy lovingly and maintained.
Is a Colt or a Remington?
Remington.
It is definitely a Remington.
Yeah.
Okay.
Although I'm using the Colt Frontier base stat block, but with some customized dice stuff, as we agreed behind the scenes.
Okay.
People don't need to know about. Yeah, it's got the handles have been replaced with solid silver. It's a gleaming Mandalorian-esque beautiful piece.
Okay. Yeah, his eyes are immediately drawn to the solid silver of the handle.
Yeah.
And
Got ourselves a wager.
he looks at you, looking the way that you do and being the way that you are. Mm-hmm. And he's like, "You're on, young man." Spits in his palm.
Damn this guy.
Yeah.
Rude. Don't like him. Okay, all right. And I want to just sort of shake out the old pistol hand, watch the spot just above him.
Okay. Yeah, he's like, "The easiest gun I ever made." And he throws the card up into the sky.
As the cards go up in the sky and his gaze follows them, I want to pull out Rooster and shoot him in the knee.
Okay.
Almost point blank, I imagine.
Yeah, so that's a shooting roll.
Okay. Yep.
And just, yeah.
Fine. So that's D10. Well, he said the thing about being 8. Not cool. Okay. So that's a D10.
Totally proportionate response.
D10 plus marksman plus
That's
training.
coming from you.
Yeah.
So this is a plus 2. I'm doing this as. I wish I had some bennies left. That's a 5 and an 8 plus 10, but that's like a plus 2 for 10, but that's a dirty 10, isn't it? So that's not like.
It's a success
Success
in
in
a
a
race.
race.
It still counts.
Yeah, success in a race, but that doesn't explode, does
No.
it? Because
No.
yeah. Okay. So yeah, success in a race.
Okay, he's like, "Well, there should be, jeez, my knee!" And his leg partially explodes.
Alright.
Buckles under him,
Cool.
and he sort of rolls backwards, wailing and hollering about his knee. "My damn knee!
Is our business concluded?
It just shot me!
Is our business concluded?
Yes, our business is concluded!"
All right. Much obliged. Right, up to the house then.
Yeah, he's rolling around cursing your name,
Okay.
hoping that anyone will hear him.
I'm gonna go tuck $8 into his.
Get yourself
I'd like-
something nice.
I
Yeah.
smell something nice.
And I'm just like, I'm so sorry. And I'd kind of like to go up to Lacey and like
Form
grab
a
him
line.
by,
Everyone
grab
wants to
him
do
by,
a nice
just,
thing.
but like grab him by the collar, and I'm like, just play along. How could you do this? Still, like, I can't. I did not rate. You did not. You were not raised to do that to people. I'm so sorry. We will take you to a facility.
Get out!
We will get this.
Get out!
We will go. We will go. I'm just trying to cool the heat. If he gets anyone after you,
Yeah, Aunt Edie, I
Yeah.
won't do it again.
thank you.
Unless you cross me.
I'm like trying to hold it. Noodly, grab the noodly arms. Cool.
Oh no, when you grab up there,
And
you
it's
know
like-
you're really in
Yeah,
trouble.
yeah.
You're like,
Shut my dang 8-year-old!
Well, he won't tell anyone. It's embarrassing.
Yeah. I'm just like creating a thing of like, he will see consequences. Don't send anyone out.
Also, if he does talk, they're going to be looking for an 8-year-old.
Yeah.
Right.
So,
Well, yeah, I'm not 8.
Yeah.
13. So.
Yeah.
And a half. And a half.
3/4.
Ooh.
Oh, right, okay.
all right, so you now have stolen a horse from no security deposit bill.
Yeah. Well, traded.
Traded for
For a bullet in the
Yeah.
knee.
Humble man.
And $8.
aggravated assault. All right. So what are you doing now?
Heading up to the ranch.
Cool.
To
Yep.
Victoria,
yep.
was it?
Yeah, Victoria is a short, uneventful walk up Main Street. You turn off, walk
No
up
one's
the.
knees explode already.
Yeah, no one's.
Too
A few people heard the gunshot, and all the blinds
Yeah.
in the city are down. Everyone's like, that time of day. Yeah, so you walk up to the ranch building.
I'd like to knock very heavily on the door.
Okay, Victoria comes to the door and it just opens a tiny crack. And you're like, oh, it's you. You hear several complicated locks being done. You hear a shotgun being put down and the door is open. So, how'd it go?
We got you something.
Silence.
And I pull out the box, place it on the. If there's a table, I place it on the table.
We're all quite bloody. I mean, not all of us.
My shoulder's out of,
Yeah.
His shoulders out, and I'm
probably
still,
covered
we're
in
both
blood.
covered in
It
gore.
probably looks like we worked for this, right?
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
the-
Yeah.
We give the impression of having fought for.
Do you think we passed your test?
She's all turning the box over, isn't she? What is it?
Uh-oh.
You weren't specific.
No, I know. I was just wondering if you knew what it was.
No idea.
Do you know?
She sort of flicks through the leaflet from the museum. There isn't a description of the box, but it's in one of the sort of engravings to show the things that are on it. She's like, oh, there it is. You did it. Amazing. Tosses the box onto a sofa behind her And
May I see the pamphlet you have there?
absolutely. There you go.
I'm just going to tear the Sasquatch page out and give it.
Good.
Unforeseen circumstances.
Yes, you all seem like you've somewhat been through the ringer.
Yeah, I would be mighty grateful if you let me use your facilities that I could clean myself up.
Yes, I can imagine. We have a tub. Everyone, feel free. My house is your house. How did you find it?
We went north.
It was right there on the track.
What I mean is, did you feel you were up to the task?
Oh,
Just about.
yeah, yes.
Yeah, I think we may have learned that we need to do some, maybe a little bit more research before we
okay.
head out. But other than that,
I mean, you're all here. You all seem, yourself excluded, sir. We'll get
I was just flopping around the place.
We'll get Doc Cochran to take a look at that after.
Much obliged.
Yeah. But yeah, it seems to me like you folks are exactly what I've been looking for. Are you willing to help me in my vendetta?
Are you willing to pay first?
Willing to pay, and willing to pay heavily.
All right. We'll do it.
So I will now explain to you why I'm hiring you folks. She you can see her sort of steel herself to retell this story. It's obviously painful for her to recall. Mm-hmm. My family ranch was attacked by a group called the Red Hand Gang. They murdered my husband and my son, and they left me for dead. I survived. I don't know how, but I survived, and I've spent the last few years preparing my revenge. I'm not a strong woman. I'm not good at fighting, but I work hard. I've saved money. Now all the money that I have is going towards taking these bastards down. There are 4 of them, and I will pay you $2,500 each if you kill them. Does that sound like the kind of work that you folks would be interested in doing?
I think we can come to an arrangement.
and might I say, you might say that you're not strong, but for going through this, I think you are.
Well, thank you. It has been an extremely trying time, and I don't care to relive it, but these bastards have to pay for what they've done. Okay. So, you can, looking around the room, you can see that obviously Victoria is not a particularly wealthy woman, but you can tell that the ranch is worth something, and it seems like she has sort of started to pack the ranch up. Things are being put into boxes. So you can tell that she's putting everything she has into this.
Is there a photo, like a tin type? Some is there anything like that, like on a mantelpiece or anything? That's what comes to mind.
No, a lot of the furnishings have already started to be taken down. You get the sense that this is a desperate woman. So.
Thanks. Okay.
So if you folks are interested, and then the one thing that is out in the room, there are sort of 4 yellowing bounty posters on a table. These are laid out for you to take a look at, and she says, the Red Hand Gang, as they used to appear, they've all moved on to different stations in life. They've seen no justice. They've just carried on as if nothing happened. And so you look across the posters. There are 4 of them, 2 men, 2 women. There's a Benjamin Bellows, a Daisy Ducrot, Hildegard Unger, and a M.T. Boudreau. These are the bounty posters in front of you. And she's like, this isn't going to be easy. And it's going to take more than one of you at a time to take these bastards down, but I think you can do it. I feel like this is the team. Who's with me?
You'll get your justice.
Thank you. That would be nice.
To justice.
To justice.
We should drink. Mm-hmm. She goes to a cupboard, opens, pulls out an enormous jug of moonshine. Right.
That's not whiskey, is it?
Not technically.
Oh, great.
And so you and Victoria, you all toast your glasses of moonshine
Nice.
To the deaths of the Red Hand Gang. Cheers.
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 And we will leave it there for session number 1.
Yee and haw.
Yay.
All right, come on back next time for episode 2 of Deadlands as the gang undertakes their first bounty. Thank you so much for sticking with us and watching this episode of Deadlands. We really appreciate you being here. And thank you also to Misty Mountain Gaming for their support. A reminder, you can go to mistymountaingaming.com to get your own gorgeous dice like the ones that everyone has been playing with today. Check the episode description to find out how you can win your own set of Misty Mountain Dice. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe to this YouTube channel, youtube.com/Oxventure, and also, if you go to store.outsidexbox.com, you can check out these fantastic Oxventure playing cards that we've been playing with today. So check that out. Check out the other stuff we do on Oxventure. We play Dungeons and Dragons, we do one-shots, we've got an excellent Blades in the Dark series. Make sure to check all those out as well, and we'll see you next time for more Deadlands.
Cheers, Andy.
Well done.